Hello, good evening. I'm Professor McCoy. Welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic. It's been a little bit. I need to make sure that we actually got everything in this room. I think we did. All of our stuff back. If you recall, we are just escaping from. I believe this is the Leviathan, the capital ship, or I think the flagship of the Sith fleet. If not the flagship, then one of their major interdictor class capital ships. I'm reminded by the thumbnail of, among other things, that it is that starships of starships of this era. That is I guess the Old Republic era, if we're naming it after the game, are far smaller than later Clone Wars and especially Imperial era ships. This is, I think, about, if I remember correctly, this is 600 or 700 meters long, compared to an Imperial class Star Destroyer, which is, I think, 2 kilometers or so. It's like almost 3.5, almost 4 times as large as this ship. And that's just an Imperial Star Destroyer. That's an ordinary ship of the line. That's not even the big Star Dreadnoughts of like the 22-kilometer long Super Star Destroyers, those sorts of things. Where to? Yeah, elevator. All right, yeah, let's get out of here. Yeah, let's get out of here. Anyway, I was reminded of that when making the thumbnail for tonight's video, with the Leviathan kind of chasing the.
This is Canderous. We're at the Ebon Hawk.
Okay.
Like we figured, it's under heavy guard. But don't worry, we'll figure out a plan to take care of them.
I'm assuming that given that Canderous is the one coming up with the plan, that whatever that plan is, it'll involve lots and lots and lots of blaster fire. Just a guess. All right. Let's go. Let's go get ourselves out of some trouble and into different trouble so that we can then go on to get ourselves into even more trouble on Korriban. Because that is where we were actually headed if you recall, that's where we were headed when we got caught here. We're at the sound log. We need to go to the bridge to, deactivate the tractor beam, maybe? Something like that. I know I have to go to the bridge. And certainly to fight and take out Saul, Parth's old mentor and now rival. Hi, Kevin. Welcome back. How you doing? Right. Got we've got our old classic squad of Hain, Bastila, and Karth. Why am I the only one hitting everything? Okay, there we go. There we go. Jeez, why was I the only one hitting? Hey, droid. Oh, hello. Yeah, it's been a little while.
How'd you like that?
Well, things are going well, though. Oops. I take it things are going well, though. Going well here. Going well on my end.
How'd you like that? Let's go! Oh.
There, take that.
Stunning everyone here. Everyone. I think that we are sufficiently powerful for getting through here. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Everything going well?
Let's go.
Really wave emoji or raising your hand? Because as a teacher, I assume that hand motion just means you have a question. Okay.
I'm here.
Oh, wave. That's good. I'll wave back. How's it going? How's it going? Heal everyone up. Evan says the Grizz has of course been out of school, so spending as much time with her as possible. Good. Good.
Ready? Sure.
All right. Now let's rush back through all of this and do some looting because we just got into a massive chain of fights. It's kind of ridiculous. Not really get a break in there. It's fine though. We can basically just stomp our way through anyone we encounter at this point. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you weren't expecting to automatically convert to an emoji? Seems to be standard. What, did you just type like wave or something? With like brackets or some such? That is a weird standard that seems to be becoming more and more common, of just like social media systems just assuming that things are meant to be emojis. Which is kind of odd. I know, like, oh, really? I know, like, oh, it was an O then a slash. Yeah, which looks like a wave. So I guess that is the wave emoji, I suppose. Yeah. I know, if nothing else, I know Facebook Messenger will convert damn near anything into an emoji automatically. Like, if you just type certain words, it'll turn it into an emoji sometimes. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of that. But, it is sometimes convenient. I don't know. I also don't necessarily have to remember all of my alt codes like I used to for like special characters and stuff. Some of those alt codes were very useful. Like I still, oh god, what was that? Oh, those are droids. Yeah, okay. Like I still remember quite clearly the alt code for trademark, which is oops. This one?
No problem. Got it.
What can I do?
What?
Hello! Sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know. Oops. I fixed it. Right? I fixed it? Looks like I fixed it. Sorry about that. When I typed in Alt 2665 for that TM, it looks like, because 0 is one of my hotkeys. See, watch. If I hit 0 while I'm cut off part way. Anyway, no, that's what that is. Sorry about that. Luckily, I was only ranting about game mechanics and
Yes?
game mechanics like that one, where I should have been able to see that. I thought I had enough awareness on
Ready?
Pain,
Yes?
main character, to be able to do that. But oh well.
Got it.
Yeah, see, Erica, this is apparently what happens when you don't pay attention to the stream. You know, it's just falls apart, really. All right, well, since you're going back to not paying attention, I hope somebody else does. I mean, yeah, you get enough of hearing me yammer on about like wacky interests and about Star Wars throughout the rest of the day. Oh yeah, Kevin, so you know, she's always here. She's just usually not paying any attention. Understandably, like I said, it's enough of me. Enough of my oh, jeez. Okay, Dark Jedi Master. Well, not for long.
So be it. So be it.
Stun locking is just so very good in this game. Oh man. Anyway. Oh well, thank you, Kevin. He promises to pay attention until he falls asleep. Well, hey, I am serving a wonderful purpose. Bridge storage. I blew up again. Why am I always getting detonated? Okay, bridge. Barracks. Oh yeah, there's more bad guys in the barracks. And right here.
How'd you like that?
It was easy. Force speed as we go in here. Whee! There's a lot of them.
Let's make this quick.
Spin them.
You asked for this!
You shall fall.
How's D&D going? Which one? I've been the number of games I've been in has been
Yes?
growing somewhat. So the one I've been running on Saturdays has been going great. We
Sure.
still own the tavern. That hasn't quite gone horribly wrong yet. The party just got back from a fairly long journey by sea, by land, and by air, to and from Candlekeep, a big old library, to deliver a book from their sponsor, former adventurer who writes pulp novels, which are also spellbooks. They're basically in they have spells in them in Thieves' Cant. So they're for people who want to learn magic, but to do it surreptitiously and sneakily and under the table. And also, so him being a wizard, if he ever loses his spellbook or anything, in any major city that sells his spellbooks, that sells his novels, he can just buy one and have a copy of his spellbooks. So that's cool. The so they traveled back up the coast, ran across some NPCs that are player characters and shenanigans from previous campaigns, including a giant walking castle, which is the home of a giant walking awakened castle, named Rook, which is home to a half-dragon wizard, a fairly crazy half-dragon wizard, as well as his dragon. Impossible. Really? I can't do that. It's an airlock? What is this? Airlock. Why is it an airlock? Oh, I assume I have to get out this way, don't I? Alright, fine. Whatever. Anyway, so they more recently, just for the city guard, for the Waterdeep City Guard, they just took out a camp of bandits, a fortress full of bandits. Why can't I just get through? Really? Find another way to get it into the bridge. Oh, I know. I need to put on the spacesuit, don't I? This is so stupid. Okay, I'll do it. Not sand people. Where's the spacesuit? Where's the spacesuit? No? Where's the spacesuit? Oh, I just had to hit the button. Okay, that was dumb. Okay, I can't force speed, so we're going nice and slow. So let's this gives us time to have a conversation. So they just handled that. They just went and did the took out this bandit camp, which was also another guest appearance from another character from another game, Torvin, our monk from the game Erica's running on Friday nights. Yeah, Friday nights. That one is he came in as brought in a version of his character as a bandit captain, the captain of these bandits, and that was a lot of fun fighting as a 6th level party fighting a 15th level the open hand monk and a bunch of his lackeys. That was great. That was a lot of fun. That was a fun fight. That was terrifying. Airlock portals to the afterlife for rebel scum. Listen, this is not a rebellion era at all. This is a pitched war between. I mean, this is technically the Jedi Civil War. I think this qualifies as. Hey, Bublin, how's it going? I think this qualifies, like I said, as part of the Jedi Civil War. Hello. Where's my lightsaber? Really? Where's your guns? Blaster. Blaster. And double set. Okay, cool. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're all set. Ace. So yeah, talking about the politics of this, the space wars are in this case between not an empire and its rebels, but rather between the Republic and a bunch of rogue Jedi calling themselves Sith. It's not even technically the Sith, not technically. That comes later. This is more technically a bunch of rogue Jedi who call themselves Sith, and they're warriors.
Uh-huh. What can I do?
It is one of the more politically interesting times in galactic history, as far as I'm concerned. I really think this whole time period is fascinating. Kevin says every side has its rebels. I mean, technically, if you want to get crazy, if you want to insist on calling one side rebels, it would definitely be the Sith in this case. They are rebelling against the Republic and the Jedi Order and all of that for their own purposes, for their own power, etc. For vengeance, or whatever kind of edgy nonsense you want.
No problem. Didn't work.
Why? Where's this? Where's his lead? Mandak. I can't get to the... Fine. Anyway. Someone says, all of this is just so my character can die over and over again in Battlefront 2, thousands of in-universe years later. Yeah. There's a bit of a through line there. Not exactly. I will say that there's not really a succession between the Sith here and Palpatine. Palpatine, if you're going to consider a line of succession, it would be between the Sith Empire.
You learned your
So
lessons
Palpatine,
well.
not these guys.
The only thing he taught me was betrayal and death, Saul.
Don't be a fool. I'm giving you and your companions a chance to surrender, a chance to live. Darth Malak himself is on his way. He'll be arriving any moment.
He speaks the truth, Carth. I can feel the Dark Lord's presence approaching.
Malak will destroy you. But if you throw down your weapons now, I will ask my master to be merciful.
I've seen enough of Sith mercy.
You always did like to do things the hard way. Lord Malak would have preferred live prisoners, but corpses will have to do.
Yeah, okay.
I think I've been poisoned. You asked for this!
I'll just take out this guy first. Ow, jeez. Did he just teleport? Why did he just teleport? I don't like it. Yeah, the politics of this era are very strange. Jeez. All right, Karth. Yeah, medpack. Heal. Let's focus the additional people first, not Saul. Then... Yeah, okay, cool.
Yes?
Whoa! What's happening? Hello? No. Log off. Stop it. That was weird. Okay, I don't want that to have happened. Really? He keeps saving? This regular trooper is saving? Oh my gosh. Yeah, in the prequels, the Sith are the rebels, and the original, the Jedi are the rebels. Weirdly, the two seem most equal in the sequels. Yeah, I would say also that it's... That, come on, Karth, really? You're this hurt, and you're just kind of chilling? Are they even shooting back at you, or are you just being weird?
I'm here.
Okay. Karth's down. That's okay. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Yeah, so the what you're noticing, Bublin, about the sort of inversion, the flip back and forth between the Jedi and the Sith, is a really interesting point, and it's a really interesting topic. I'll address that in a moment.
The Admiral. He's still alive.
It's time to finish this.
Forget him, Karth. We have to get out of here before Malak arrives.
Don't you understand?
He's not a
what this man
Jedi.
has
He
done to
doesn't
my
need the
life?
whole surrender.
Do you know the pain he's brought me?
Killing him won't ease the pain, Karth. Do not become what you despise.
Karth, must tell you something. Come closer. You didn't know, did you? Remember my dying words. Remember them whenever you look at those you thought were your friends.
This guy said it can't be true, can it? No, it can't. Damn you, Saul. Damn you.
Yeah, Michael, I must tell you. Ligma. Ligma Ball, I got him! Dies. Oh god, that's the God, there's a fantastic meme. Has anyone seen the meme of basically that from with Evie from The Mummy Returns? Where it's like that, it's oh man. Eric, put it in Discord. You'll find it. Maybe. Good luck. Maybe you might find it. Anyway, yeah, so oh god, anyway, yes. Of course it has to be something. I mean, not exactly that juvenile, but something that is that's just duplicitous to make Karth suffer horribly with his last words. What? No, what? Because you're the one who said it. Michael, you can find it too. Forget it, Karth. Whatever he said, he was only trying to hurt you.
Basil, it is true, isn't it? And you knew. You and the whole damn Jedi Council, you knew the whole time.
Karth, it's not what you think. We had no other choice. Please, you don't understand.
So make me understand.
So you did tell him. Before we get to this, two other things I wanted to mention. First of all, other D&D stuff. I just started a Curse of Strahd game that Eric is running, which so far is going better than the other one. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm having fun. We're about to get into a fight with the only shopkeeper in Barovia, so that'll be great. It's for very legitimate character reasons, but still, the shopkeeper called the Dragonborn a lizard. You don't do that. And then also, I just recently started a Star Wars tabletop. I didn't find it, darn. I'll find it later. I recently just started a Star Wars tabletop on Wednesday nights. That's been a lot of fun, too. We are, it's basically the one I've mentioned before. Think, like, Red Dead Redemption 2 in Star Wars with little elements of something like Firefly. It's been a good time. They're off stranded on Distrillion. Great. Trying to find their way off. Dealing with Black Suns, dealing with Imperials, yada yada yada. Set between the trilogies, about 5 years after the rise of the Empire. Fun. I've been having a good time too. With that one too. So anyway, the other thing, this time period, Karth, you can calm down. It's okay. Shh, chill. I know this is an important conversation, but I want to talk first. So, the oh, you found it? Put it in the meme channel? Alright, definitely. Yeah, see if you find it. Now, it's not that one, but yeah, it's the one with the Eevee dying. See if you find that one. Anyway, so what I was saying, that this, like I said, this time period leads eventually to the Sith that Palpatine is part of. But not directly, right? These people, the people we just killed, are just fallen Jedi. They're just Dark Jedi. They're Jedi who fell to the dark side and call themselves Sith. They have no connection to the ancient Sith at all, and they have no connection to the Sith that would happen later on. They really are, just properly speaking, Dark Jedi. Even Revan and Malak. The difference is that there is a group of Sith on Dromund Kaas. As well, which is the ancient homeworld of the Sith, or was that Korriban? Hope I'm getting this right. But they're hidden away. That Darth Revan, or that the long story, but Darth Revan goes to find them at some point to try and figure out what they're up to and all that. which leads to the Great Galactic War, which is the war that takes place leading up to and during Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO. That is the massive war between the Jedi and the Sith, two pitched sides, one side versus the other. And that is the group of Sith that are contiguous all the way through to the new Sith Wars with Darth Bane, and then Bane's Rule of Two that leads all the way through to Palpatine. That's the group of Sith that we're thinking of. That is the Sith Emperor. He has a ton of names. Vitiate, Valkorion. There's a few more. That guy. That's the guy who I thought, wouldn't it be cool if they made him Snoke? But anyway. So there's that. The other thing to note is looking at which side of each war can be considered rebels is a really interesting way of looking at the political conflicts in Star Wars, especially between the trilogies, and especially between the prequels and the original trilogy, because the sequels are very much like the First Order is something like a rogue state, more than it is a proper like enemy coalition. It's very strange, like astropolitically kind of thing. But the Clone Wars and the Galactic Civil War are almost perfect mirrors of each other. With and because of that, they're very, very distinct political conflicts. Where you see like Bublin was saying, the prequels, the Sith are basically the rebels. They are the undermining force. They're the forces of chaos against the forces of order, forces of light. And what happens is, this is symbolically speaking, what they wind up doing is they wind up inverting the natural order of things, where the light, the good guys, are in charge, are maintaining order. And so what they wind up doing is they wind up taking over that order, and we get what is in practice, if not in name, a Sith Empire. They rule by the dark side, but the dark side is ruling like an excess of order, not like an excess of chaos. The Emperor has, giant triangular ships, massive armies of perfectly, bleached white stormtroopers, maintaining an excess of order throughout the entire galaxy, all that. And the rebels are hiding away in hidden temples and caves and using guerrilla tactics and terrorism. But they're the light side. They're the Jedi. They're the forces of order. What we have in the original trilogy is an upside-down world. And we have these the sort of Return of the King motif, where there is a trickster type of hero who, through re-inverting things, becomes the Paragon, which is Luke. Jonathan Peugeot has talked about this a couple of videos on Star Wars and in symbolism in Star Wars. and initially he was very confused by it because it looks so very upside down. Why would the dark side be this excess of order? Dark is meant to be chaos, symbolically speaking. But it works. It makes sense if the world is upside down. It makes a comparison to which Old Testament prophet was it? Was it Elijah? One of the Old Testament prophets who was basically more than one, but the Old Testament prophets who are sent to go to Israel after Israel has fallen away from God, has turned to idolatry, and to call them back, and does so as an outsider, as a crazy person, basically, as a jester. Kevin says the First Order was so goofy. Where was it based? How was it funded? Makes very little sense. It was based on Ilum, which became Starkiller Base. It was led by and made up of ex-Imperials, the extreme loyalists who remained loyal to the Empire itself, and didn't either defect during or after the Operation Cinder, where the Empire was just like, all right, screw it, Emperor's dead, nuke everything, kill civilians, yay, let's be evil for the lulz, and to divide the wheat from the chaff. Those people left over, they went off into the unknown regions, primarily to Ilum, which became Starkiller Base. Then So the people who didn't defect and also didn't just go become warlords like Moff Gideon. Gideon's just a warlord. He didn't join the first order. Gideon from Mandalorian. So that's kind of the idea. It was organized indirectly by the Emperor through his contingency plans to bring himself back into power, which you're right, very silly, because he still had the entire infrastructure of the Empire that he could have just maintained control over rather than causing it to disintegrate and then reform in the unknown regions. There was no reason for any of that, especially because the war with the Empire in new canon only lasted literally 1 year after the Battle of Endor. There was a year's duration of real fighting, and then there was the Battle of Jakku, where the remainder of the loyal Imperial forces were completely wiped out. Yay! Also, the Jakku was meant to be an observatory of the unknown regions, where Palpatine was, because he sensed some incredibly powerful dark presence emanating from the unknown regions, which I kind of assumed might have been the ancient Sith Emperor Valkorion or Vitiate or whatever. It turned out to be Snoke, which is kind of why I thought that might have been a cool tie-in for Snoke. Ancient powerful Sith, ancient powerful emanation of the dark side, something. But no, it was boring instead. They completely retconned a large part of the Aftermath trilogy and Battlefront 2 and a lot of stuff with Rise of Skywalker. But what else are you going to do when you have absolutely no plan for the trilogy? Actually, I'll put a link in description and in somewhere, maybe in media channel. There's a YouTube channel called the Templin Institute, where usually what they do is they do like analyses and reviews of crafts like vehicles, spaceships, factions, events, and things like that from different sci-fi franchises. And one of them that they did was a big 2-part series on an analysis, critique, and rewriting of the First Order. And it's really well done, really quite well done. And that's the channel's called the Templin Institute. I highly recommend it. They actually do a lot of really cool stuff. And they look at both Legends, the old EU and new canon as well, for their Star Wars stuff. Man, it's well thought out. It's very well thought out. Their critiques are solid, because they come from a background of like actual like military strategy and logistics and stuff like that. All right. So anyway, back to the major plot developments in this game. What are you two talking about? What's going on?
Not here, Karth. Please, there's no time. Malak is coming. This isn't the place. Please, Karth, I'm asking you to trust me for just a little while longer.
Kevin says, I honestly haven't tried to reconcile the new canon. Because I've been watching the TV series just to torture myself. I haven't. I have not watched Kenobi. I watched the Book of Boba Fett kind of for the lulz. But no, I did not watch Kenobi. I can't bring myself to watch the ruination of characters I really, really love. Bublin, it was called the Templin Institute. I'll put it in the chat. There you go. Highly recommend. Like I said, I'll put it in the description and in the Discord after the stream is over. The videos that I was referring to is there about the First Order. Yeah, I like some of the stuff, some of the like Clone Wars and Rebels continuity kind of stuff from new canon. Legitimately, I like some of it. Some of it I prefer the old versions, but some of it is actually really good. But Nah, it's. I think at this point, I think it's fair to say that the new canon is strictly inferior to the old EU, to Legends. There's some things that were done spectacularly well in the new canon. Some of the Clone Wars stuff, even some Rebel stuff. But a lot of that relies on some bad things, some dumb things, and a lot of it leads to some other dumb things as well, which, yeah, the drunk Uncle Obi-Wan. Yeah, they drunk Uncle Obi. Just like Luke. Well, I mean, it's Ben Kenobi, not Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't know. My favorite stupid pet theory is that it actually wasn't Luke Skywalker. It actually was Jake Skywalker, which is just them recanonizing Luke, the clone to Luke from Mount Tantus, which is a location that had to do with cloning that they confirmed the Bad Batch. So sure, there you go, cool. It's Jake Skywalker. Anyway, Karth, this isn't the time. We can get into this after we escape.
Okay, I'll trust you, Bastila, but as soon as we're off this ship, I expect some answers.
Of course, Karth. As soon as we get to the Ebonhawk, I'll explain everything. To both of you, I promise.
I get the feeling that you're going to break that promise. Because it's Star Wars, and whenever anyone gives a promise like that, they almost certainly break it. Unless it's Finn, and everything is poorly written. Hey! Hey! You're not supposed to be here. Stop it.
How'd you like that?
Oh, that was easy. Never mind. Yeah, jeez. Program new destination. Heck yeah. Oh, specs rejected. Cannot be okay, fine. Okay. Open the docking system. Cool. Someone asked if I have read the latest issue of the Darth Vader comic. Ends in a potential cliffhanger. Could be doing a super cool and interesting thing with Vader's character. I don't want to spoil it here for you. No, don't. I actually haven't been following the Vader comics. Although that's one of the things that I have heard some good things about. This way, right? Right? Gotta be. Yeah, command deck. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, that is one of the things I've been hearing some good things about. I don't really, yeah, I'm not really into comics so much. The only comics that I've read recently have been Solomon Kane. I read most of the Solomon Kane comics from Dark Horse. I think it was the Dark Horse run that I read. I don't remember for sure. But yeah, we have to get back to the elevator, yeah. Okay. Oh, geez, I am hurt.
What can I do?
Yes?
I'm here.
Sure.
Yeah, those were the, like I said, the most recent... Oh, God. The most recent comics I've read, really.
You cannot win.
Jeez.
How'd you like that?
We are just stomping these people. This is ridiculous. Go to the hangar. Anyway, I did also follow a recommendation from a combination of Jules and Kylie on my drinks for tonight. I got a Hemingway daiquiri, I usually really enjoy. Well, and a large cup of coffee. Usual, very large cup of coffee. Oh, wait. What? No, that's fine. This is right. Something sketchy, though.
It's Canderous. We took care of the guards. We're inside the Ebon Hawk and all systems are go. As soon as you guys join us, we can get out of here.
All right, let's go. Oh, there's a lot of them. Okay.
There.
Yeah, that wasn't so bad. Oh my gosh. Kevin says, been drinking a lot of coffee lately myself. I think caffeine tolerance is super high now. Yeah, mine as well. Really. I've
How can I
for
help?
what? No.
Then I suggest.
Right now. Yeah, I have something of an addiction. I have that issue where if I go too long, like a few days without drinking coffee, I start getting headaches and I also just really enjoy coffee. It's delicious. I enjoy the flavor, taste, and such. Coffee. That's very red. That's ominous. It's a big, long hallway. I'm gonna save real quick. Let's do this one. Tatooine one. Oh, that's a lot of baddies. Everyone stop.
There.
Down you go! Let's go! What?
I'm here.
All right.
What?
Oh yeah, true. Coffee's calf. Not just in space, in Star Wars in particular. I don't think are there other franchises that use the same nomenclature? Because there are some like Star Wars terms, like distinctively Star Wars terms that other franchises use. Sometimes on purpose, sometimes not. Like the sentient sapient thing I've talked about before. Star Wars officially uses it wrong and refers to sapient beings as sentient, and other franchises have accidentally copied it and gotten it wrong as well. Oh, here he is. The big guy himself.
Darth Malak.
Down you go!
I hope you weren't thinking of leaving so soon, Bastila. I've spent far too much energy hunting down you and your companions to let you get away from me now. Besides, I had to see for myself if it was true. Even now, I can hardly believe my eyes. Tell me, why did the Jedi spare you? Is it vengeance you seek at this reunion?
What was that? Cocoa powder mine. Ooh, interesting. I've done that before. I don't usually love it. I'm not really a mocha guy. I don't dig chocolate in most of my stuff. But yeah, it's I love how Karth just sees Malak and immediately just starts shooting with both blasters. Badass. Reunion? What are you talking about?
What? You mean you don't know? All this time and you still haven't figured it out.
You got big anime villain vibes.
Stayed blind to the truth. Surely some of what you once were must have surfaced by now. Even the combined power of the Jedi Council couldn't keep your true identity buried forever, could it?
The Jedi do not believe in killing their prisoners. No one deserves execution, no matter what their crimes.
The Council would not normally accept an adult for training, but this is a special case.
I love how it goes back through all the foreshadowing and stuff.
They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity.
Tatooine. Kashyyyk. Manan. Korriban. Revan visited each of these worlds searching for clues to reveal the hidden location of the Starforge.
The lure of the dark side is difficult to resist. I fear this quest to find the Starforge could lead you down an all too familiar path.
What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause, to use their own knowledge against them?
Such a good reveal. It was great. That was when this happened 20 years ago. That was mind blowing. That was Luke, I am your father moment levels of mind blowing. That was probably the best revelation in Star Wars since
You
Empire.
can't hide from what you once were, Revan. Recognize that you were once the Dark Lord, and know that I have taken your place.
I'm Darth Revan? How is that possible?
You do not yet remember, Revan. The Jedi set a trap. They lured us into battle against a small Republic fleet. During the attack, a team of Jedi Knights boarded your ship. The Jedi strike team captured you, and the Council used the Force to reprogram your mind. They wiped away your identity and turned you against your own followers.
Turns out you were directed by Christopher Nolan this whole time. I mean, this is kind of just this is a bit of a darker, twistier version of the very, very traditional Star Wars mythos. Again, it's a little bit twisted, it's a little bit off, especially with the geopolitical or astropolitical differences that we were talking about as well earlier, but it's sort of symbolically and structurally speaking, it is very much that same hero's journey with a radical twist that really does change a lot of it, a lot of what we know about this game, which is why I think this is one of those games that playing it through twice, at least twice, it really changes how you interpret everything, because I noticed basically all of those things that were said. And if you recall, most of those times I was like, remember that. Foreshadowing. Things like that. Because I didn't want to spoil it for you. I if anyone has, okay, so if anybody has gone 20 years without having this big revelation spoiled for you, the main character is Revan. You're playing as Revan, Kanan Char, which is why I love that it just does that by default, it gives a random name. It generates a random made-up name for you, which is just chef's kiss. Perfect. Perfect. And why I just went with it, and I just hit random until I liked one, instead of actually coming up with a name. Awesome. Great. Love that. Doesn't fit as much in the second game, because the second game has a canonical name and identity for the Jedi in exile, Mitra Surik. But man, this is just fantastic, and I didn't want to ruin this for anybody. The likelihood that anyone is watching this stream this far through, having not either played or at least heard of sufficiently a game that is nearly 20 years old at this point, is very, very low. But man, I don't want to ruin it. I didn't want to ruin this, because that's a great moment. If that is the first time you've seen that, or you're aware of that moment, man, it is fantastic. That's really well done. It's good. It's a great. Especially to be fair, given the graphical limitations of at the time and stuff like that, not perfect. Could have been done better. Even the writing could have been done a little bit better. We'll see how that turns out on the remake, or if they do take the more Final Fantasy route and change things around sufficiently so that there is a new twist, basically. Something like that. That'd be interesting. It turns out that Karth this is Revan all along, or something ridiculous. Who knows? But something like that. We'll see. We'll see how that would turn out in the remake. See what they can manage to improve. But yeah. Anyway, I have a lot positive to say about the storytelling here, and especially about the foreshadowing that's been placed and sprinkled throughout. That I forgot entirely that they drew your attention back to that in that little series of cutscenes. But that was really good. Now, I also that also brings up a point that Eddie, who's not here, WizKid, I don't think he's here. If you are, hello, you're gonna like this idea. I'd like to, when we're finished with KOTOR, which would probably be another 2 or 3 weeks, if I had to guess, I'd like to spend a stream kind of having a chat with any of you guys, whoever's in the Discord, whoever wants to, about the sort of symbolism and the structure of this game. And by doing that, I want to kind of take a look at a video essay from Noah Caldwell Gervais, who WizKid keeps recommending to me. And I've watched his video on KOTOR 1 and 2. It's a big, long video, but we can just watch the part that's about KOTOR 1 and comment as we go, every frame of pause style if we want, pausing as we go and discussing things. And because he's got some great takes on it, and he's got some very silly takes on it. And his silliest takes on it are about Joseph Campbell. But that could be a lot of fun. I'd really enjoy doing it if anybody would want to join me on that sort of thing. It'd be a Monday night, probably, when the game is getting close to wrapping up, whenever that happens to be. And it would be the usual duration, usual time. So anybody who would want to join me in a chat, doing so, think about it. I will think about it as well. Kevin says, I always appreciate a villain that laughs a lot. Yeah, Malak sure does. He's very anime villain. More so than like comic book villain or cartoon villain. He's very anime villain. At least he seems like to me. How do they capture someone as powerful as Revan? I mean, me.
I helped them, Revan. I always knew that one day the title of Dark Lord would be mine. When the Jedi strike team boarded your vessel, I saw my day had come. I ordered my own ships to fire on your bridge. I thought I could destroy all my enemies with a single glorious victory. I never dreamed the Jedi would take you alive from the wreckage.
Why wouldn't the Jedi simply kill me?
The Jedi are fools. They do not believe in executing prisoners. Originally, I assumed you had died in the battle. Imagine my surprise when I found out you were still alive, Revan.
Interesting point about that. I think that in general, most of the time, I think that you can make something like a principle of double effect justification for the execution of criminals of a sufficient level of power, whether that's like, magic power, like Sith, or whether that's political power as well. Something like the execution of Emperor Palpatine by Mace Windu, I think that would have been justified even in the moment, because he was not containable and there was no chance of having him, of proper justice being served. Something like that. But I also will say that the Jedi, as magic as they are, have additional options, as demonstrated here. If you can, in fact, reshape someone, keeping them alive, keeping them who they are even, because he's still the same person. Memories have just been wiped, and he's been retrained and re-educated and basically retaught to roughly the same point where he was before he fell to the dark side. That this is it's an alternative to execution. Now, this does bring up the question, is this better? Is it better to have your mind completely wiped? Or at least your memory? Because he still is who he was. Still the same person. Fundamentally, same personality, even though his memories are gone. It's... Eric says Bastille is being uncharacteristically polite and waiting for the conversation to finish. I know, right? Just standing back there. Oh yeah, no, this is don't worry about it. Revan. Oh, it's great. Yeah. But yeah, it's there is an open question. I think you could make an argument that this is a kind of cruel and unusual punishment. This is a kind of eldritch torment, if you want. Then again, at the same time, I think I would, if I were an evil war criminal, I think I'd rather this than execution. It is, if nothing else, this is an actual genuine chance at redemption, and not even the kind of cheap redemption that we get from like Darth Vader at the end of Return of the Jedi, where yes, he turns things around and he does the right thing and he kills the Emperor and he helps his son, but then he dies and he doesn't have to live the rest of his life atoning, doing the right thing. This does actually give Revan a chance to atone, to do the right thing, to turn himself around, to be good, to rejoin the light, in a way that realistically would not have been possible otherwise, even just from a matter of temporal consequences of sin, call it. Kevin says, if I was a Sith, I'd be annoyed at destroying a more powerful Sith by using indirect means. Like, wouldn't you want to actually be the strongest Sith rather than just an opportunistic one? Erica says, no, you want to be a more alive Sith. That means getting them killed. Then you take that opportunity. If they were really stronger, they wouldn't survive. They would survive the attempt. If they die, it means you were smarter. And yeah, that is true. And that is canonically both canonically in terms of the EU, where a lot of this gets hashed out, as well as just what George Lucas has said about the Sith. Michael, don't start with that. Don't start. Dark science and cloning. No. If I need to caveat it and say, for all he knew, killed the Emperor, I will. I just don't want to have to say that. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, that George Lucas pointed out, and also you see this throughout the EU, that there is a kind of backbiting and infighting among the Sith that basically makes it so that they can never progress beyond a certain point because they're constantly fighting each other. They can't handle it. They can't handle an outside force. This is also something that has been noted by philosophers since at least Plato. Plato pointed this out in the Republic in particular when he talks about the tyrant and tyrannical people, where tyrannical people, people who are interested in power for its own sake, which pretty much defines the Sith, they intrinsically cannot work together for common purposes. There is no honor among thieves, and if there is honor, then they are not thieves. They are not fully unjust. They're not perfectly unjust, because if they were perfectly unjust, they would fight and destroy each other, undermine each other. Undermine, I think, is the technical term it uses. If I remember correctly. I need to read The Republic again. I haven't actually read the whole thing in a while. Since the last time I taught it, a few years ago. Anyway, another time. The point being, though, is that this is why the Sith can't get ahead. This is why the Sith can ultimately never be ultimately victorious, and why Sith empires are always either... they're one of a few options. One, they're very short-lived. Think Palpatine's empire lasted as long as Emperor Palpatine, which was 20 years, give or take. That's about it. It's not that long. In sort of world historical terms, or especially in considering that galactic civilization, the Republic, lasted for 20,000 years. Palpatine's empire lasted for 20. Not 20,000. 20. That's kind of pathetic, really. Then you also have the ancient Sith Empire. This period and moving forward, which was first incredibly secretive, and then second was constantly at war with the Republic. The entire time that the Sith Empire existed, it was at war with the Republic. And it also had a bunch of non-Sith, non-Force users in places like the Imperial Security Bureau, who were actually running things while the Sith just killed each other. Which is a great series of plot points in the Imperial Agent storyline in the Old Republic. Great. Then the other option is the one Sith, which was Darth Krayt's Sith in the Legend comics, which was stupid. Which was really stupid. And it was basically the idea that the Sith, rather than being individuals, were a collective unit. And they were, including their leader, all dedicated to a singular purpose, which is impossible for Sith. And it was really dumb, stupid, and I wish that never existed. That was a bad series. It was a genuinely bad series. The whole the whole Legacy era, that whole thing was probably as poorly written as the Disney sequels, taken as a whole. I have never been a fan of it. So, that's my controversial Star Wars opinion for tonight. There's a Legends bit. There's an old EU bit that's just very, very bad. Also, Dark Empire was not very good. I didn't like Dark Empire. Not as bad as Legacy, but Dark Empire wasn't great. Anyway, we're probably about to hear some of this. So why did you betray your master?
You mean why did I betray you, Revan? You are the one who taught me the ways of the Sith. The strongest must rule if we are to survive. You knew I would one day challenge you for supremacy, but you underestimated me. I acted sooner than you expected and seized the Sith throne with a single brilliant stroke.
Without becoming sufficiently powerful first, of course, because you did it by trickery. It's the other problem with the Sith. Especially the Rule of Two. Because the idea behind Bane's idea behind the Rule of Two was that there's one to hold the power and one to crave it. And the one craving the power is always going to be seeking and always going to be growing in power. And the one holding the power is always going to be gaining more power so that they can keep it. The problem is that in each generation of Rule of Two Sith, you lose knowledge. Because there are things, inevitably, every time, there are things that the master does not teach the apprentice. Because if they teach the apprentice everything they knew, we know what happens. You get plagueist. And that's, the master knows that the moment they teach everything they know to the apprentice, they're no longer useful and they get killed. So they're not going to do it. So the master has secrets that they do not pass on. We get this in one of the episodes of Star Wars Visions. I think it's called The Elder? The Elder, right? The one with the old, not technically a Sith, that presumably takes place during something like the High Republic era. Or maybe before. It was sometime during the 1,000 years of the Republic. Not the Old Republic, but the post-Rusan Republic. Where you have this Sith Master, or this ex-Sith Master, who somehow survived, but then destroys himself or allows himself to be destroyed rather than allow his knowledge to be used by someone else other than him. And this is why we see that even the rule of two leads to this kind of constant degradation and collapse into less and less powerful and less wise Sith. Bastila, is this true?
It's true. I was part of the team sent to capture Revan, to capture you. When Malak fired on the ship, you were badly injured. We thought you were dead. Your mind was destroyed, but I used the Force to preserve the flicker of life in your body. I brought you to the Jedi Council. They were the ones who healed your damaged mind.
But the memories I have, where did they come from?
The Jedi Council didn't restore your wounded mind, Revan. They merely programmed it with a new identity, one loyal to the Republic. They tried to make you their slave.
Why program me with another identity?
We couldn't simply restore your true identity. Revan was too dangerous. But locked inside your mind was information the Republic needed, the secrets of the Starforge. The Council created an identity for you, a soldier under my command. Your subconscious memories were supposed to lead me to the Starforge. There was no other way to get the information.
They made you their puppet, Revan. And Bastila was the handler pulling your strings.
What if I remembered who I really was?
That was a risk the Council chose to take. I had to try and draw out the secrets of the Starforge. It was our only hope of stopping the Sith. There was no other choice.
Why you, Bastila? Why did the Council choose you?
I used my Force powers to heal you on that bridge. We share a bond. I convinced the Council I could use our bond to draw out your memories and lead us to the Starforge.
Tell the truth, Bastila. You wanted to taste the dark side for yourself. You knew the only way the Council would permit you to explore the Sith's power was through Revan's lost memories.
No. I wanted to help you, Revan. I thought this mission would redeem you, that it would atone for your past crimes. How else could you be saved?
Like I was saying. Kevin says, I think the idea of perpetual life was the Sith answer to that defect in their order. If one of them can learn to live forever, then the Sith could theoretically progress beyond being defeated. I think you're right. And I think that there have been two answers given for that, at least in Legends. One being essence transfer, which it's implied, I think heavily implied. Was it just explicitly stated? It was at least heavily implied that Bane tried to do that to Darth Zana, his apprentice. Tried to transfer his essence into Zana when he was killed. And basically just live on through possessing an apprentice, possessing an apprentice, possessing an apprentice, possessing an apprentice. And one of, again, my fairly, I thought, unpopular, but it's becoming a little more popular pet theories about the Rise of Skywalker is that was what they were implying was going on with Palpatine. That wasn't Palpatine, that never was Palpatine, that was Darth Bane. The whole time. Because he had just transferred his essence into Zana. Zana had transferred her essence, etc., 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 until it got to Plagueis transferring his essence into a young Sheev Palpatine. And then he became all the Sith. That was what I thought might have been implied there, which I kind of hate. I kind of hate that. But because again, there was no reason he couldn't have transferred his consciousness into Vader, or he could have, but then he would have died immediately afterwards because Vader was dying, and maybe that was it. But then he just jumps into a clone, which is also weird. Which is also what he does in Legends, which is also stupid when that happened. But Dark Empire. Anyway, point being that is one of the ways of trying to achieve immortality. The other way is something like becoming a Force ghost, which is again tragically and comedically impossible for a Sith, because it intrinsically involves letting go of one's desire to hold on to oneself and one's identity, and giving in to the will of the Force. And so you become one with the Force, one with the will of the Force, and retain one's own identity, because one's own identity is innately tied to the will of the Force. And so there is still an identity there after death. This is impossible for a Sith because they're innately selfish, so they cannot become Force ghosts. They can only do things like leave a shadow or leave an echo of themselves. or impart some of their power into an object or into something. That kind of thing. Or they can live in stasis. They can just basically be carbonite frozen or something. But yeah, immortality is kind of the end goal of the Sith, but it's comically impossible for them. I think that's hilarious. That is, to my mind, the Force playing a joke on the dark side. And Darksiders. And this is, I explained this as well in a video on Force Ghosts, and I compare it to St. Anselm's reading of The Fall of the Devil. God playing the joke on Satan to get Satan to choose eternal damnation forever. It's similar. It's the same kind of joke being pulled. Nothing could be more just or more beautiful, to quote the line from Anselm's dialogue. I understand, Bastila. You had no other choice.
Forgiveness, Revan. You are weak. I was right.
What's the whole
to
point?
betray you.
Redemption, right?
You are not fit to rule the Sith.
Well,
A
no.
small part of me has always regretted betraying you from afar. I always knew there were some who would think I acted out of fear, that I
Evan,
did not
to your
want to
point.
face you. But now fate has given me a second chance to prove myself. Once I defeat you in combat, no one will question my claim to the Sith throne. My triumph will be complete.
Triumph, Malak? You seem to forget that I'm still alive.
The Jedi Council were foolish to let you live. I won't make the same mistake. We shall finish this alone in the ancient Sith tradition. Master versus apprentice, as it was meant to be.
Now, wait just a minute. Stasis field, which is what he just used, that's a light side power. Wait a minute. Let's go shield first, then speed. Oh, he saved. Darn it. I slowed him a little bit. Right again. Whop. No, it doesn't work. Ow! God. Okay, that's... Really? I'm gonna have to go through the whole conversation again, aren't I? Damn it. Damn it. Okay. Oh, and all of these fights. This is ridiculous. I forgot. I need to... Next time I need to save, like, right before.
So be it.
Oh.
There we go. Okay. I need to save, like, right before this time, because that's actually a challenge. Oops. Yeah, as Kevin, as you said, perpetual life, if they can accomplish it, which, again, even theoretically they can't, which is the funny part. If they were to accomplish eternal life, which, I mean, is kind of their goal, that would, you're right, sort of compensate for this particular weakness in the Sith. I have to go that way. I mean, I'm just keep saving every few seconds. He's right there, so I'm gonna use speed. I'm gonna use speed first, so I'm already zooming. Okay. How much of this can I skip through? Nothing.
Darth Malak.
Down you go!
Okay, that was a good laugh. Reunion? What are you talking about? Okay, we get it. Yep. I can't skip this, though. Evan says, I guess I just couldn't be a great Sith. But I can't stomach the thought of not directly crushing my competitors through brute force. I understand the sneaky stuff, but it's not me. That's Darth Bane. And that's why Zana was able to defeat him, in fact. But, again, only sneakily, and also by losing a great deal of Sith knowledge. Not knowledge, but losing out on a lot of what made the Sith at the time. How is this possible? How'd they capture? Why did the Jedi kill? Why did you betray? Bastila? Where did the memories come from? Why'd you program me?
They made you their...
Eric says, you couldn't be a great Sith because you couldn't stomach being a psychopath, hopefully. Yeah, that's true. That's a great reason not to be a good Sith. What if I remembered? Why you?
No.
I understand. Triumph? Light side force power. Okay. Oh, jeez, come on. Let's go... Where are my adrenals? Should have used these beforehand. Alacrity. Ow! Hyper stamina. Battle stimulant. Hyper battle stimulant. Hyper battle stimulant. Then I need to heal. I'll use a med pack. Okay. Now, here we go. See if I can stun him. Nope. Really? Why are you doing this? Whoa! That was a lot of damage. One hit did all that. Jesus. And he's running. Why are you running? Why are you running? Hey, guys. You guys okay? Can I... unstasis you guys? Actually, hold on. A couple of things going on here. First of all, that's unnecessary. I guess I'll resave, because... unless that glitched, I really hope they're not supposed to wake up at this point.
No problem. Didn't work.
Yeah, okay. Afraid of that. Are you serious? Where the heck is he? Really? Hey guys, you okay? The door was locked.
No problem. Didn't work.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Jeez. Again. We're doing this again. Yeah, I'm supposed to do that. No problem. Didn't work.
This isn't over, Malak.
Sprints were broken. Yeah.
Friends do not give up easily, Revan. You always could inspire loyalty. But even the three of you together cannot stand against my power.
For the Jedi! I'll hold Malak off. You two get out of here. Find the Starforge.
No, Bastila, he's too strong. No!
I kind of agree with Karth here. Why can't we just
The door
kill
sealed.
him?
We can't get past. Come on, we have to get to the Ebon Hawk.
Damn it, really? What about Bastila? We have to help her.
Bastila doesn't stand a chance against Malak, but we can't help her. Not here. We have to get off the ship and find the Star Forge. That's the key to beating the Dark Lord. Bastila sacrificed herself so we could get away. We can't let her sacrifice be in vain. Come on!
Can I move? Yes. Okay. Okay, so there's another moment there where I just kicked Malak's ass twice. And then everyone's like, no, he's too strong. We have to get away. That's an annoying bit of looter narrative dissonance that was very common in time, unfortunately. I assume we're gonna have fighters chasing us. Yep, look at that. Alright, let's do it.
Incoming fighters!
I have to say, though, I really like, while I'm doing this section, go. I really like that that the game really doesn't determine. It doesn't set what order you're going to do the various planetary quests, but it only makes sense to do them in basically this order, within reason. I think the first two are interchangeable. You can do either Tatooine or Kashyyyk first, but you're probably going to want to do one or the other first. Manan is probably next because you don't get a new companion. And then after that, Korriban makes sense to go last because we just tangled with the Sith, and now we're going to the Sith Academy. And because Revan is now at his sort of lowest dark point.
Where is Bastila? What happened on that ship?
We ran into Malak.
And Korriban is full of dark side temptations.
Herself so we could get away.
You mean she's dead?
Nah, Malak won't kill her. Don't be foolish. He'll want to use her battle meditation against the Republic. Turn her to the dark side, and the Sith will always be victorious.
That's, I guess, vaguely encouraging. Thanks, Jolie, I guess. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? Didn't notice that was you. Welcome. The professor. The Senate will decide your fate. I am the... Gets wrecked. He's too powerful. After he's utterly defeated. Yeah, I mean, listen, here's the other thing. Just give me control. First player control over Bastila. And she will stand a chance. We can help Bastila. Not unless we find the Starforge first.
Not so fast. We've got a bigger issue to deal with here. They deserve to know the truth about you. Do you want to tell them what Malak said, or should I?
I'll tell them. I'm Darth Revan.
Revan? What are you talking about? Is this some kind of a joke?
No, it's no joke. The Jedi Council captured Revan and erased the Dark Lord's mind, programming in a new identity. Saul Kareth told me on the Leviathan, and Bastila confirmed it.
You're Darth Revan? This is big. Do you remember anything about being the Dark Lord?
Small bits. A few strange dreams and visions, that's all.
Just a few flashes. That's it. Nothing more? Then I don't think there's a problem. It seems to me that if you don't really remember anything about being Revan, then it doesn't really matter anymore. You are who you are now, right?
Of course it still matters. How do we know more memories won't come flooding back? How do we know Revan won't suddenly turn on us? The whole time we've been chasing after Malak, we've had his old Sith master right at our side, listening to our secrets, hearing our plans.
See, I forgot that Karth didn't know. I kind of thought he did, and that's why he didn't trust me. But no, he was just like that. Phoenix says, I'm happy to see you stream. Last time I watched your stream, I got interrupted. Now out of the story loop, having a blast. Yeah, basically, so summary, we were on our way to Korriban. We finished up on Manon. Found the star map underwater on the bottom of the ocean. We left to go to Korriban for the last piece of the Starforge, the last piece of the map to the Starforge. Got captured, broke out, fought Saul Kareth, who was Karth's old commanding officer, who betrayed the crap out of him. Then we fought Malak. Malak captured Bastila, as you saw, and now we're here. About to go to Korriban finally. Which again, I really like narratively doing Korriban last, because it's also very much it's Revan's low point in the story, and where temptations to the dark side are the strongest anyway. But yeah, also Erica says, glad she's so supportive. Yeah, this is where Mission is the best, when she has these nice moments of just like innocence. She's just very nice. While still being like a sassy teenager, she's actually very nice, which is surprising given her kind of archetype, and also given how a lot of characters that are written similarly more recently by BioWare act, which is not nice. Not at all. They're awful. Think like Sarah and PB. Yeah, Karth has zero chill about this. No, he's like, no, you're gonna kill us all, aren't you? Yeah, it's the plot order with best plotting. And it's oh, alright, see you later, Kevin. Good night. But yeah, it is, the order that you go in the planets is completely optional. Completely 100% up to you. And so you could have done all of this without before you got Jolie, or before you got HK. Which is so weird. But yeah, Phoenix, she's a well-written sassy teenager, which is rare. Very, very rare. As far as, like, especially as far as video games go, but even in general, it's hard to find well-written sassy teenager characters. Anyway. But I'm not the Dark Lord anymore. I'm Hain Char. I'm one of you.
I don't see the Sith Lord standing here. I see a friend who's been with us through thick and thin. Remember, Malak's the one who tried to destroy Terrace.
You kind of did. I agree with Mission. I swore a life debt to the person you are, not the person you were.
Big Z and I will stick by you. We owe you our lives. We won't desert you now.
How can you say that, Mission? The Sith bombed my homeworld, Revan took away my family, and destroyed my life.
Everyone knows it was Malak who gave the order to attack your people, Karth. You can't blame Revan for that.
I suppose you've proven yourself to be a friend of the Republic by your actions so far, Revan. But can I trust you? Can any of us?
I really like, as well, that, especially with how hard Mission as well as Zalbar go to bat for Revan, that one of the options for a dark side Revan later on is to order Zalbar to kill Mission. You can do that. You can just straight up order Zalbar to kill Mission later on in a dark side run. It's horrifying. It's like, it's not right. It's very wrong. But this is back when games had the balls to let you be legitimately evil. Man, what do you think, Andrews?
You defeated the Mandalore clans in the war, Revan. You were the only one in the galaxy who could best us. We had never met one like you before, and never since. How can you even ask if I'll follow you? Whatever you're fighting, it will be worthy of my skill. I'm your man until the end, Revan. No matter how this plays out.
Badass. What about you, Jolie?
What about me? I already knew who you were, though it wasn't my place to tell you. Better off that you know, if you ask me.
Really?
Does it change anything? I'm not here to judge you. You'll do what you have to do, and I'll help if I can.
I love that he's like, yeah, I knew this whole time. No big deal. I mean, it does make sense. He was there the first time Revan came through the Shadowlands, wasn't he? On Kashyyyk? So, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Just met him before. That's just so weird. I mean, there were clear hints that he at least suspected, but how matter-of-factly that was, it's still extra funny. What about you, HK-47?
Commentary. I am experiencing something unusual, Master.
Phoenix says, Dark Side runs be like, be the biggest meanie ever, versus Light Side runs be like, Sainthood Simulator, be the goodiest person to ever with no consequences. There are consequences. There are things that you can't do, that you can't accomplish in this game as well as in the other ones without doing some nasty things. KOTOR 2 has a lot more of those moments. And I am planning on doing a pretty solid straight down the middle, straight down the line light side run in KOTOR 2 as well. Primarily, that's the canon route. That is how the story goes in EU canon. So, but in the second game more so than this one, there are some consequences. There are some things that doing the wrong thing can gain you. But at the same time, I mean, it realistically should be that doing the right thing has better overall ultimate end consequences. Why, what's happening, HK?
Answer. My programming is activating my deleted memory core. I believe I have a homing system that is restoring it, Master.
Cool. Your homing system, what's that?
Observation. My homing system is a function of my assassination protocols, that which I told you had been deactivated. This system was not. It seems that the homing system deliberately restores my deleted memory core upon returning to my original master.
You mean Evan?
Affirmation. Correct, Master. Sith protocols maintain that all droid knowledge be deleted before assassination missions and restored upon return. I have returned to you, and my full functionality is now under your personal command. It is a distinct pleasure to see you again, Master.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Observation. Indeed. I do hope we shall have the chance to engage in combat together again soon, Master.
Good, because I'm bringing you to Korriban.
What are the chances of that happening?
Remember, we're talking about the Force here. At this point, Malak himself could drop out of the sky and I wouldn't bat an eyelash.
Good point.
What about you? You won't abandon me, will you, T3? Whatever that means.
Guy would come through for you. Droids don't hold grudges.
Unless you're HK. Well, Karth, will you stand with me against Malak?
Well, the others seem to trust you, and I don't see any other way that we can stop the Sith. And I suppose that Malak is the real enemy here. I really don't have any other choice, do I?
I won't let you down, Karth, I promise.
I want to believe you. You've proven yourself time and time again during our mission, but this is a little much for me to wrap my mind around.
You have to try, for Bastila's sake.
This must be even more of a shock to you. I don't know how you even keep going. I guess we both just have to find a way to push forward. Don't worry. I won't let my personal feelings get in the way of my assignments or this mission. But don't forget, I've sworn an oath to defend the Republic. As long as this mission stays on course, I'll stick with you. But I won't let you betray the Republic under any circumstances. So I guess that's it then. We keep going. We've still got one more star map to uncover if we're gonna find that Star Forge and save Bastila, so let's do it before it's too late.
Let's go! Is it gonna put me straight there? Oh, it is. Okay. I think they do this so you can't fly back to Dantooine to check. By the way, Saul told us that Malak has bombarded the Jedi Enclave on Dantooine. So that's a thing, which I think is actually true. Well, Venicus, Karth has been with you since the first moment post-tutorial. Yes, the most skeptical of your loyalty. Yeah. All along. All along. Like, before he even knew. Yep. That's Dantooine. Can't click it. Anyway, alright, who did we bring on this? We're bringing HK and Karth, because Karth needs to go meet his son. Yeah, let's just go. Let's do it. Oh, wait, hold on. Because we're going to the Sith planet, let's switch out our lightsaber color, I guess. Gross. With violet. Yeah, violet. So we can blend in a little bit, even if not entirely. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Darth Brandon's armor. Okay. No, that's fine. We maybe should do the same thing for Juhani, who we should talk to.
Possibly be Raven?
We should talk to everyone, shouldn't we?
The Jedi whose troops saved me on Taris. It was Raven, leading an army out to defeat the Mandalorians. It was you. I knew when I heard that you had become the Dark Lord of the Sith, that something was wrong with it. The man who saved me could never go completely to the dark side.
Regret any of the harm I may have caused.
It is good to know that you have truly changed. It gives me hope. I do not think now that I will fall to the dark side. I only have to look at you and follow by your example, and there is no way I can fail.
We'll do fine, Juhani.
Thank you for placing your confidence in me. I only wish I had your heart as well. I will never forget what you did for me, even if you do not remember it.
Right. I think maybe we should switch out her lightsabers as well. Just in case we want to bring her, because I think I might switch out Karth for Juhani at some point. Is there something you want? How do you feel about me being Revan? You rescued me from Gamorrean slavers. It does not matter to me that you are called Hain-Char or Revan. I have sworn a life debt to you. I will stay with you to the end, Hain-Char. I will judge you on your actions as I see them, not on a history I have never known. Cool. T3 doesn't... I doubt he has anything to say. Would he? Nope, nobody in there. Be in there. Let's see.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
So you belonged to Revan originally?
Statement. Yes, Master. You created me shortly after you and your apprentice began your war to conquer the galaxy. I was sent on an assassination mission into Mandalorian space, but I was damaged and unable to return to you. Exclamation.
Oh.
I find this most distressing. I could certainly have protected you from the Jedi and your pupil's betrayal had I returned.
It's probably better it worked out this way.
Observation. You may be right, Master. This way we are reunited, and neither of us has suffered permanent termination.
Am I very much like the Revan you do?
Observation. You are different in many fundamental ways, Master. You have a concern for life that is unsettling. This cannot solely be caused by memory loss. I do not know how to explain it. Regardless, you do seem to be improved overall from the human I once knew.
The human. I notice you say human, not meatbag. Very nice of you. Phoenix says, Wookiee roar, quote, I don't care if you're Pablo Escobar. I swear a life debt, therefore bottom text. Oh, God. Yeah, well, okay, yeah. Wookiees and their life debts, man. There's something deeply honorable about that, and then there's also something deeply dangerous about that, which is, like, what if you swear a life debt to Hain Char and it turns out to be Revan, then he goes back to the dark side and he orders you to kill your best friend? You know, that kind of thing. It's the whole oath taking thing. This is why there's a biblical prohibition against oath taking from an ethical standpoint. You know anything about the Starforge?
Answer. No, Master. You never did make me privy to any of the Starforge's secrets.
Darn. What can you tell me about Malak?
Commentary. Your former pupil is efficient and brutal, even for an organic. I rather liked him when you first introduced me to him. If I had known what he would do to you, Master, I would have gladly removed his entrails right then.
Oh, that's so nice of you, HK. That'll be all, HK47. Thank you.
As you desire, Master. Signing off.
What you, Candors?
Yeah, what do you want?
Can you give me some adrenal stimulants?
Hey, don't worry. I think you've got enough there as it is.
Yeah.
You don't want to overload yourself on stims.
I did just
Otherwise,
use a
you might
lot.
destroy your adrenal system. A real warrior knows his own limits and doesn't overestimate himself. There anything else you need?
No, that's all, thanks.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
Okay. Let's swap Juhani's lightsabers and make them red. Just in case we need to bring her. Phoenix says, biblical law about oath-taking. Don't use God or any of God's things as your collateral for your promises. That's a large part of it, but I don't think that's all of it. Let's also switch Jolie's to... Hello? Just in case he needs to come with us, we probably should switch him to red, too. Yeah, just in case he needs to come with us. I don't plan on taking him, but who knows. We need to bring Karth. We need to bring HK. I mean, using God as collateral, that's one aspect of it, but then there's also the point of committing to action that you do not know what that action will be. There's a severe danger to doing so. And that's what's demonstrated with... who was it that with the sacrificing his daughter thing? Who was that? I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah, hello. Greetings, human. A word, if I may. It concerns the Dark Lord of the Sith. I am the Dark Lord of the Sith. Yes, human, I know. That's why I've approached you. And who are you? Listen to me. All will be made clear. My name is Zyagron, and I'm a businessman. I and my partner deal in rare items of extraordinary value and power. You're with the exchange. No, we're not. We are independent operators. Though often our transactions involve those who represent the exchange. Traditionally, we've always done business with the owner of the Ebon Hawk, Devik Kang most recently, Ahita Othar before him, Fori Haxa before her, but we were reluctant to approach you. You had no ties to the exchange, which was a problem. Even worse, you were a Jedi. Not the sort of person we normally associate with. Get to the point. How do you know my true identity? Reports of the Ebon Hawk traveling to different planets. We wanted to know what you were up to. At your last port, I just placed a small tracking device on your ship. The tracking device reported to us that you had been captured by the Leviathan. Once we had that information, we began digging into our sources within the Sith fleet. There's a D&D story about that, if I want to tell. Which D&D story is that? The collateral for your promises and sacrifices based on oaths. What story is this? You're gonna have to connect some dots for me. I forgot what you're talking about. What sources? There are millions of soldiers in the Sith fleet. Surely you aren't surprised that some of them will sell information. Even high-ranking officers aren't immune to the lure of easy credits. Your escapades on the Leviathan created quite a stir on the Sith fleet. Of course, Malak tried to suppress the truth about your identity. There were more than a few summary executions. But even if security footage is destroyed and witnesses silenced, some bits of information always slip through. And enough credits to gather the tiny pieces, and the puzzle becomes clear. We know what happened on the Leviathan, at least we know enough. You're Darth Revan. You're going to kill Malak for daring to claim dominion over the Sith. How does this involve you? Oh, story of the man coming back from the war, or something like that. I was happy he would sacrifice the first thing that he saw when he got home, or the first thing that that came out of his house, I believe that's the answer. Turned out it was his daughter who ran out to see him, yeah. Streamer dementia. Yeah, my big brain can't recall everything. Or at least I don't necessarily recall all of the precise menu connections to everything. It's probably in there somewhere. It's just I don't remember the route to it. How does this involve you in the exchange? My partner and I deal in very rare and powerful items. Weapons, armor, things you can use in your battle against Malak and the Sith. And you're just going to give them to me. I'll carry these items with me, of course. They're with my partner, but they're yours if you got the credits to buy them. We do want to make a profit on this, after all. Let's go to the cantina here in Dreshday. There's a Rhodian there named Mika Doran. Tell Mika that Ziongrod sent you to look at the premium items. Yeah, the Bible story. Yeah. I don't remember the D&D one. Oh, about Jesse Torvin. Oh, Jesse Torvin of the Blood Hunter. Right. So NPC, former player character, NPC, Jesse Gisora, who made an oath to God, monotheistic D&D setting, made an oath to God to hunt down and kill this cult of blood hunters, after her father had become one, this lycanthropic blood hunters. Her father had become one. And she swore an oath to go and defeat all of them. This is how she got her cleric powers. This turned out to mean tracking down and destroying most of this clan and following one of the player characters who basically got bamboozled into becoming one of these, basically an abomination of a blood hunter, and a lycanthrope, werepanther. Meanwhile, the NPC, Jesse, did not actually know that Torvin, the player character, was one of these blood hunters, as she was following around the party and coming to really like him. And then it came out. Then she realized that, oh no, I have to kill him, don't I? I swore the oath, etc. And she was totally about to just lop his head off, understandably, as the oath dictated. But the player characters, the rest of the party, my character included, another cleric, a real cleric, not just I swore an oath and so I get magic powers kind of cleric, basically managed to convince her that there was another way. We could extract the demon from his blood, and make him and basically cure him of it, which we wound up doing. It was this whole big side quest, a big old boss fight that Torvin, the player character, and Jesse, the NPC, had to fight with us only, basically just concentrating on spells and supporting from the outside of the magic circle and stuff like that. It was neat. It was actually really cool. It was a really cool quest, and it was one of those poetic things of making a poor oath. Phoenix says monotheistic D&D is better than polytheistic D&D. This comment was made by the Catholic D&D gang. Yeah, usually. And because only men can be clerics in the setting, yeah. Well, it's proto-Catholic. It's like a I guess you'd call it something like an Old Testament type of religious system, something like that. If you were a nun, cleric class was fine, yeah. Yeah, if you were an actual priest, proper priest, men only. In reality. Couldn't use the ceremony spell. Oh, I didn't realize that was a mechanical difference. That makes sense, though. Makes sense. But yeah, I like polytheistic D&D settings just because I don't I don't think there is an innate conflict between monotheism and polytheism, if you understand monotheism and polytheism properly. I think that the bigger metaphysical problem with D&D is the alignment system, which is very Manichaean. Good and evil have their own independent ontological existences, which is problematic, obviously. Manichaeism is deeply faulty. And so you can't really... That doesn't make any real sense to call one good and one evil and have them characterized the way they are. So, that I think is the bigger problem rather than polytheism. Because I think, again, you can have... you could have a hypothetical reality or a coherent fictional system where there is God, capital G, O Theos in Greek. But then there's also a bunch of gods, small g, powers, principalities, who are, some of whom are good, some of whom are evil, maybe even some of whom are neutral. They're just excessively powerful divine beings, so to speak. Some of them are in allegiance to God, proper big G, and they're good aligned. Excuse me. Whereas some of them are evil, or some of them are neutral, or some of them are nature spirits, or whatever, which are in between. They have good elements to them, but they're not properly aligned with God's will entirely, etc. I think that's perfectly coherent. I don't see an issue with it from a fictional setting, and that's it's something like Tolkien's system, with the Ainur. The Ainur are basically gods, particularly the Valar. They're gods. What any polytheistic civilization would recognize them as gods, but also any monotheistic civilization would recognize Eru Iluvatar as God, and they coexist. They co-inhabit the world, and there are Maiar at least, which are roughly speaking neutral. I mean, they obey God, but they obey God in their particularized sort of way, very particular sort of way, not in the way that you would expect real world angels act. Messengers of God acting on God's will purely and directly. So yeah, I really like polytheism as a kind of thought experiment for fantasy. Plus, it gives more layers to being, which is actually, I think, something that's very admirable about more Eastern schools of thought, particularly Eastern meaning Eastern Christianity and even Islam, which has this sort of layered understanding of ontology where there is a lot between us and God, powers and principalities, and all of that, which is given a lot more prominence and preeminence in the East, in the Church of the East, as well as things like jinn in Islam. You also find this in the West, but it's usually more folk, folk Christianity. Stuff like, spirits and ghosts and, fairies and elves and such, more than proper mythological reality, let's say. Anyway, I think that's a more complex analysis of the monotheistic versus polytheistic D&D question than anyone's asking for, but it's a fascinating thing for me. I'm always sort of thing. All right, I'll go check it out. So, Mike already expects you. Like I said, just tell him you want to look at the premium items. I guess my work here is done. Goodbye, Revan. Once Malak is beaten, don't forget who helped you to victory. Yeah, the exchange, I guess. Zerka? I see another Jedi come to small Korriban, yes? Good to meet you. You're wrong. I'm no Jedi. I assumed you were perhaps a Jedi. From the lightsaber you're carrying, my mistake. There are many people who come to Korriban from throughout Sith space, hoping to join the Academy. Some of them are Jedi who've left the Order. You will get into the Academy for certain. I understand Jedi who've left the light side are made very welcome. So I imagine. But enough about that. It's very nice to see that the Ebon Hawk has returned. I've not seen that ship for some time indeed. Since you're a regular to our little colony, the docking fee is only 25 credits. That's not really necessary, is it? I suppose there's no need to charge the owner of the Ebon Hawk any fee, really. I'll open the door for you. I'll be on my way. Dursay and Drishday. Is Drishday? And why there's Zerka here?
Citizen.
Why there's Zerka here? That's bizarre.
No, that is the wrong answer. Again, you pathetic hopefuls can't possibly all be this stupid, can you?
Please, Master Shodan, give us a chance. We'll do anything to get into the academy.
I'm no master, yet, but I like the sound of that. All right, one more question, though the lot of you is trying my patience. All right, let's say you become a Sith, and I am your commanding officer. I give you an order to spare the life of an enemy. Do you do it?
Oh, of course, Shaldan. Anything you command us.
We would never.
Why are you wearing that?
No. Do you honestly believe that the Sith are in need of such sniveling cowards? Mercy is a weakness. If your leader shows weakness, it is your duty to kill him and show true authority, true power. That is why the Sith are strong.
No, it's not, but okay. Thank you, Shodan. We understand now.
No,
Do you, though?
You don't understand, and you probably never will. You wouldn't survive 5 seconds in the academy. The other students would tear you apart. Bah! I can't be bothered with fools. Perhaps I should... You, Jedi, you're looking to get in the academy, are you not? Well, of course you are. Why else would you be here? Let me pose a question to you. These hopefuls will never survive in the academy. A lesson must be taught here, but I am at a loss as to what form it should take.
Advisement. Evisceration works well. Electrocution and blunt trauma also work well, I understand.
I wasn't talking to you. I'm thinking to spare them the effort of being
He seems to
killed
get
and
this.
do it myself. Perhaps I shall turn their skin inside out. Or force lightning. Yes, it's a most impressive display. Or perhaps a bit of humiliation is in order. I could easily strip off their tunics and make them run through the colony. Or they could lose all control of their bodily functions. What do you think? I just can't seem to decide.
Why are you so comically sadistic? Why are you asking me?
Please, tell him to let us go, I beg you. Silence. Why not ask you? I'm rather exhausted from dealing with hopefuls like these. I can barely think straight. Besides, I find it fun. Come now, a decision, please.
Humiliation will also get them to leave safely. So I think humiliation would be.
You do? Perhaps having a bunch of hopefuls soiling themselves would be somewhat amusing. Let's see, shall we?
Force poop. Now that's a fun power. Phoenix says, my friend ran a Sith tabletop RPG and I played Upright Sith. People kept calling him weak right up until he and his friends buried lightsabers in their bowels. He was the repealer. Yeah. I mean, you can be an honorable Sith. It's just dangerous. You have to have the strength to back it up. Greetings. Hey, aren't you the one that swoop raced on Manon? I'm a big fan. I hope you can find something suited to a celebrity like you. Is there anything you'd like? What sort of merchandise do you offer? Weapons mostly. I've got connections. You'll need them if you're going to be spending any time there. Any time here? Yes, that is a D&D spell. Command. I cast command. Oop. Don't tempt me. I'm currently playing a cleric and a paladin in your 2 games. Don't tempt me. Can I see your merchandise? Certainly, allow me to punch up the stock. Okay, do I actually need any of this or not? Ooh, maybe I need grenades. I might need grenades. Yeah, that I need. Oh, there's an oh. Ooh. Need those. Reminds me of Castle. I swear, if Randon does that, he will poop himself. Why will he poop himself? He's casting it on somebody else. He's just gonna cast it on Strahd. That'll be fine. If Orlin doesn't, he'll lose all his powers. Oh god. God says telling people to poop is a sin. Oh my god, 10,000 credits. That's actually, like, really good. That might be worth getting for Karth. Michael says, don't take notes. Wizards don't get command. Stop it. Please. Please stop.
Well, there isn't much to do in Dreshte, except have a drink till your ship's ready to go. There are a lot of young folk who come here hoping to get admitted to the Sith Academy here in Dreshte. Few ever do.
Look here, my dear friends.
You have a name?
We have some newcomers to the colony, led by a Jedi, no less. I don't believe I've seen any of them before, have you?
I hate Jedi, and these fallen ones are worse. They always get into the academy, and they think they're better than the rest of us.
Great. Just what we needed. Some punks to come steal our lunch credits.
Smart-mouthed newcomers, to boot.
Looks pretty fresh to me, Lashao.
That's what I thought. Well, stranger, I don't know whether you're aware of this or not, but here on Korriban, the Sith do as they please. And we are Sith. Quite literally, whether you live or die depends upon our whim. What do you think of that,
I think that's a lot of responsibility for simple scum like you.
How precocious.
Suggestion could technically work, yes.
Don't you?
I didn't think it was funny.
Neither did I. A brave face, perhaps, but I'm more interested in being amused at the moment, I think. What do you say? Amuse us. Make us laugh, and we might just consider allowing you to live.
Phoenix's commands Strahd to soil himself. Strahd fails saving throw, soils self, disembowels the hero that cast command. Oops, how embarrassing. No, it's more like command Strahd to soil himself. Strahd fails saving throw, uses a legendary resistance, doesn't fail the saving throw, then disembowels the hero who cast command. That's more like how it would go. Yes, that character would not live. Yeah, listen, if I want to get Randon killed, I know a lot of ways of doing it. Randon's my character in Urgus Curse of Strahd game. He's an Aasimar paladin. He literally glows in the dark. Anyway, okay. These two Mandalorians are out in the woods.
Go on.
One of them collapses. He doesn't seem to be breathing, and his eyes are glazed. The other Mandalorian takes out his communicator and contacts his commander.
I've heard this one before. I think...
Quiet!
He gasps. My partner has collapsed. I don't know what to do. After a moment, the commander responds, calm down. I can help.
And then?
First, let me make sure your partner's dead. There's a silence. Then a blaster shot is... Oh, wait. First, let's make sure your partner's dead. There's a silence. Then a blaster shot is heard. Back on the communicator, the Mandalorian says, okay, now what?
Cute. Maybe you should try juggling next time.
It was actually funny.
Too funny.
It's actually pretty good.
Good one.
Yes, I suppose that wasn't too bad.
That was pretty good,
All right,
actually.
then, my friend. You've done as you were asked. Perhaps we will meet again.
That was actually a pretty good one. Imagine wasting a legendary resistance because you didn't want to soil yourself. I mean, it's a good way to waste a legendary to get a boss to waste a legendary resistance at least. That's something. Why are all the Twi'leks dressed like this?
Awful business on Idian, yes? Our corporate outpost there has been destroyed by the Wookiee savages. This could put back the use of Wookiee labor considerably. We may even have to abandon the planet completely. Well, what can you do? Sorry, was there something you needed?
What does Circa do here on Korriban?
We do some mining here, and are responsible for local shipping and support of the Sith on Korriban. Our starport is mostly just freighters and such. But we do get many travelers that come here to learn from the Sith. I must say, Zerka is in need of droids right now. That's a mighty fine-looking one you have there.
Objection. This unit is not for sale, meatbag.
Yes, of course. No offense meant. Touchy, isn't it? This office is actually our administrative headquarters for this region. Rather inauspicious, isn't it? We offer good prices here to those traders that keep the colony supplied. If you're in need of anything, this is the place to come.
Is that Tom Kane? Or Tim Kane? Tom Kane? Tim Kane. The guy who voices Admiral Yularen. Sounds like him. Yeah, they get their fashion from Darth Talon, I guess. Yeah, they must. I don't know. She dresses a little sluttier than that somehow. Somehow. Zerka works with the Sith.
Well, why not? This is Sith space now, and the company has to survive regardless of who is in charge. The Republic, the Sith, the economy has to keep going. Now, was there anything else?
Alright, I respect that. Because what else are you going to do? Can I see what you have to offer?
You certainly can. Allow me to punch up our stock.
Alright, med packs. Security spikes. Ooh. That's nice, but I don't actually use armor, so get those just in case. Probably won't need them. All of these are armor, and that restricts the use of a lot of my powers. Holy battle suit. Holy battle suit. Wow. It says he would be able to fail the save, but he'd have to roll below a 6. That's not that low. Heavy targeting optics. Bonus feats. Killer enhancer. Resistance for sonic. Oh, it's armor. Ooh. Ooh. That's nice. I'll grab those for when I need them. Yeah. Kenyan energy shield. Maybe. Sith energy shield. Stealth unit. Advanced stealth unit. Dampening. What's this? Oh, it's an implant. Okay. Nah. Hyper battle. Grab some of those. Grab some of those. Let's grab that. What do I want to sell? Anything? So one of those. I'll keep it just in case. I don't need that. That. I don't need 3 of these. One credit each. Oh, those are worth nothing, but fine, whatever. Lightsabers. We need all these. Crystal. Shouldn't sell that. Alright, fine, good enough. I don't want to keep doing this too much. That's also so using Randon's current save DC. I mean, yeah, I'm assuming that this is. I'm assuming that he's not going to do anything like this. But if he did, it would have to be soon. Because if I'm gonna basically suicide my character, it'd have to be an early kind of thing. Ooh, here's Lurs. You there, human. You're the one flying the Ebon Hawk, no? I saw you disembarking earlier. Yes, the Ebon Hawk is my ship. Is that so? You can tell Davik that my people are spitting plasma over this. We've been waiting for this shipment for a month now. Suppose we could be grateful that the shipment arrived at Terrace at all, though, right? Anyway, hand it over and let's finish this. Hand what over? What are you talking about? Wait a minute. Don't you work for Davik? Just how do you happen to be flying the Ebon Hawk, anyway? What business of it is yours? The Ebon Hawk is mine now. Fair enough. To be honest, I really don't care what happened to Davik, or how you got the ship. I'm interested in something else. We arranged for several kilograms of spice to be shipped to us here aboard the Ebon Hawk. Perhaps Davik left it on board. I suspect if it is, it would be in the container we gave him, locked and requiring a code. But you have such a thing, human? I may have. How much is it worth to you? 1,000 credits, and perhaps more if you're interested. What do you say to that? I could take a look for it. Excellent. Set the code on the container to Red 47. When you get the spice, bring it here to me. I'll wait for you. Fine, but can I have your stuff? You know what? Nah, I don't want to get involved in this. That's unfortunate. People we represent will be displeased. We've already lost their interest on Taurus, after all. It's your choice, human. Right, that no one takes your refusal personally. Wait, can I buy the good stuff?
What do you want?
Who are you?
I'm trying to get into the Sith Academy. Around here they call us hopefuls.
You sound like Azula. Why not join the Jedi?
After the Sith conquer the galaxy, there aren't going to be any more Jedi, are there? I guess I'd rather join the winning side.
Can I tell her she looks ridiculous? What do you think your chances are?
I thought they were good, but I've been here for days now and I haven't drawn any attention at all. I suppose that might be good. I don't know. Some of the attention the Sith have shown to other hopefuls has been pretty deadly.
Why would you want to get into the Academy?
Well, that's the only way to become a Sith, isn't it? In the Academy you learn to use the Force.
How does someone get into the Academy?
I wish I knew, to tell you the truth. You have to impress one of the Sith, I guess. Either way, it's Yuthura Ban who makes the final decision. She's a Twi'lek Sith Master, I hear. Very high rank. She's the one who decides which hopefuls make it in and which ones don't.
Where's this Yuthura Ban?
I really couldn't say. I hear that sometimes she comes out into the colony to drink at the cantina, though. But I guess she could be anywhere.
Right. I'll be on my way.
All right. Goodbye.
Well, hope you fail. Don't want to have to kill you. Reading sentient, willing to engage in a hand of Pazak? Sure. Pazak it is. 100 credits? Sure. -6. How am I on spread here? Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. Anyway, Erica, if you're watching, this is how Pazak works. Yeah, it's good. Ooh. Nice. Technically, you can just stand with 3, but you shouldn't. Ooh. Let's see. Oh. Whoa. Is it worth winning this one? I'd have to use multiple cards. I'm gonna lose this one. Lose this hand. Keep my cards. Winning. Damn, really? Okay. Jeez. I have to use multiple cards again. I'm gonna wait. Get him to use his cards up. Let's go to 19 and stand. Okay. All right, there we go. Lucky hand. I'll have better luck next time. No, nah, not right now. Yeah, bye, thank you. Good game. All right, how about this guy? Ornithorab and Hawk, right? Yeah. Xiagram says you sell special items. Yes, traditional, the buyer of the yada yada yada. Okay, we get it. I'm glad you've seen the light. The light. Find jest, although it contains a crystal of truth. We've allied with you in this conflict, and you must remember us once the victory is yours, Revan. What kind of things do you have for sale? Right to business. Carry only the rarest items. Specimen, yes, but they're worth every credit. Okay. Resell the items they purchased, but we're not going to. Let me see the premium item. Of course. Ooh, that is expensive. Well, detonators. 3,000 each. Oh, that's good. $22,000. Oh my god. And Pizzak cards. Bunch of Pizzak cards. That's pretty good. I'm gonna buy at least one thermal detonator. 8,000 is a lot of credits, though. All right. I heard Monica wake up, by which I mean I hear Eric talking to Monica. It's adorable. So cute. In case you didn't know, Monica's really adorable. She's 2 months old, which is just innately cute. She's especially adorable. She's getting to that, like, that chunky baby stage. And it's getting very, very responsive and reactive and all bippity bopping around and stuff. Which is wonderful. When she's awake, she's very awake. And she also does a lot of she still does a lot of sleeping. Oh wait, are these the ones that we sent through to humiliate? No, they're not. No, they're not. Hey, who are you, Meckel?
Leave me be. Can't you see that I'm busy?
No, but okay. Fine, bye. Leave me alone.
I don't want to miss this for anything.
Okay.
You are neither a Sith, nor do you bear the medallion of a student of this facility. Please, leave at once.
I'm Darth Revan. I was Lord of the Sith. Let me in.
I see. And who might your friends be?
It's obviously you don't believe me, but I really am Darth Revan.
On your way, citizen.
Okay, fine. Can I just try something else? I need to get inside. I've been sent to speak with the Master of the Academy.
No one gets inside, citizen. Messages and deliveries must be relayed through official Sith channels only.
What's this medallion you mentioned?
It is the device given to one who has been accepted into the Academy, but has not yet proved their worth as a student. If one of the Sith decides you are worthy, you will be given one, which you must then take to Yathura Ban, who I believe is in the cantina. It is she who decides.
I didn't see her there, but okay.
Enter the Academy.
You will let me inside.
I have been conditioned to resist mental persuasion, citizen. Please, do not attempt that again.
What if I do it again? Oh, I can't. Alright, bye.
On your
Guess I'll
way,
leave.
citizen.
Fine. Alright, let's go back to the cantina, I guess. Back to Dreshte. Which, like, completely ceases to exist. Dreshte. Like, completely ceases to exist at some point in the near future. Between this game and the next one. It certainly doesn't exist anymore by the time of SOTOR. There you are. Bruh, how are you?
Is there something you need, Jedi? Make it good, for I have little patience.
Why did you call me a Jedi?
You think me a fool? You think I do not recognize a lightsaber when I see it? You are far from the first Jedi who has come here after all, willing to abandon that decrepit order of yours.
Are you Yathura Ban?
I am. Obviously, you have been told of me. Is it your desire, then, to train at the Academy? Do you wish to become a Sith human?
And what if I said I was already a Sith?
I would consider that an amusing ploy to try and enter the Academy. Why? Who will you claim to be? Darth Malak himself?
What about Darth Revan?
What about Revan? Revan is dead. You may have a natural gift with the Force, human, but you've no gift for lies.
Really? I have maxed out points in persuasion. I think I have a gift for lies. Where does Darth Malak fit into all of this?
You know the name. Malak is the strongest of us, and the strongest always rules. At least until one who is stronger can take it from him. That is our way. Survival of the fittest. You are always on guard, always lean for the kill. We promote it, for through this, the Sith are stronger.
I mean, I did just kick his ass twice. That should be worth at least something. You kill each other.
If a Sith is proven to be weak, and if the time is right, the Force rewards the cunning and the mighty. Step up to the challenge if you dare, or turn tail and run.
I see. How about joining you?
You've heard enough, have you? So what is it to be? Are you here to be a Sith or not?
There's a screaming cat outside. Yes, I want to join the Sith.
Ah, so you are just another hopeful after all. Or are you? There is something odd about you that I cannot place. Obviously, you are a Jedi. One who is very strong in the Force, it seems. So were you a part of the Order for very long? Did they train you?
Yes, but only very little.
As I thought. How interesting that they would let one with such power out of their grasp. Or are you here to spy on us? For all the good it would do. With that kind of power, you could become a great Sith. Perhaps, if I let you. Does that interest you?
Yes, it does. I wish to become a Sith. Oh, Monica woke up. Yep.
Ah, good. Exactly the sort of answer I was hoping for. I will take you to the
cat locked
Academy,
in somewhere?
and we shall see if you are ready to join the ranks of the Sith.
I can
I
see
have
to
only
that,
one
if
other
need be.
question. These companions of yours, they will not be coming with you, I presume?
They're slaves, don't worry about them. One's a droid, what are you even worried about?
Statement. Just a simple droid here, ma'am. Nothing to see. Move along.
I see. Fair enough. So long as they do not disturb your training or cause any trouble. Are you ready to go to the Academy, then?
Yes, I am.
Then let us leave. The Master of the Academy awaits you.
No, okay. Everything's fine then. Cat's just screaming for no reason. That happens all the time.
Greetings, prospective students. It appears we have a late entry.
That's
What do you bring
everybody
before me, Uthura? A young human bristling with the Force?
A human that has had some training, it seems, Master Uthar. Very promising, I think.
That I'll judge for myself, thank you.
Tell
Tell
me,
me,
problem
human,
with the hair tie. That
what
makes
do
sense.
you know of the ways of the Sith? What preconceptions has your mind been polluted with?
I kind of want to say number one because it's completely true, but it also makes him sound so retarded. It makes him sound stupid. Wildly 3 edgy 5 me. So, no, the Sith do what they want and pay no heed to duty or discipline.
Untrue. The Force demands discipline from all who use it, and the Sith demand duty. The truth goes far beyond such a superficial evaluation. The Jedi equate the light with goodness and strength, and the dark with weakness and evil. That is their tradition, and it is truly no surprise that they cling to it for comfort. We, however, do not treat the Force as a burden. We treat it as a gift, a thing to be celebrated. We use it to acquire power over others. And why should we not? Because the Jedi say we should not. We are as the Force is meant to be. The Jedi would hide that from you. They would tell you the dark side is too quick, too easy, all so that they need never challenge the passions that lie within them. Joining with us means realizing your true potential. It means not stifling yourself solely for the sake of hidebound shamans and their antiquated notion of order. Be what you were meant to be. What say you, Lasho? Are you ready to learn the secrets of the dark side? Dare you?
I dare, Master Uthar. I am ready.
Brash and fiery.
Oh, she's the one we made
as
laugh, isn't she?
expected. Turn that passion to your advantage, child. What of you, Meekle? Are you ready?
I am, Master.
Meekle?
More than ready.
I sense much
That's a
anger
name.
within you, young one. That is good. That will provide you power. And Shardan, what of you?
I am always ready.
I see. You had best gather your wits for the trial ahead, boy, or you will not last. And you, young human, does this interest you? Are you ready to learn more of what I speak?
Weird that he calls me human, even though everyone in this room other than Yuthura is a human. But whatever. I'm ready to learn more.
Are you? I can see into your heart, young human, and I see the dark kernel that is there. If it is ready to sprout, remains to be seen. Now then, all of you 5 recruits have shown a degree of facility with the Force. You all have the potential to become true Sith. Only one of you, however, will succeed. The one who succeeds will be admitted to the Academy as a full Sith. All others must wait until next year and try again. If you survive, my pupil, Yuthura,
A year, really?
shall be your teacher and master while you attempt to prove yourselves. Heed her words.
As Master Uthar said, none of you are true Sith yet. For that to occur, one of you must do enough of worth, gain enough prestige to be selected. What is an act of worth? You must learn that for yourselves. Remember that you are competitors here. Fight for your destiny, or go home.
If you wish to gain a lead over your competitors, the first of you to learn the code of the Sith and tell me of it will be rewarded. The rest is for you to discover. Welcome to the dark side, my children. Your one chance at true greatness lies here.
Yeah, like I said, these Sith are really more like Dark Jedi. Fallen Jedi, who are let me switch my robe to the Dark Jedi Master robe, and then we'll level them up real quick. Honestly, yes, that's probably wise. They're more like I said, fallen Jedi than they are true Sith, but they do know the Sith ways. Let's go repair. Yeah. They know the Sith ways because of Revan and Malak's interaction with the actual Sith, or at least their research of the actual Sith. They know at least a little bit. They know enough to teach it and enough to become relatively powerful.
Ah, there you are. My favorite prospect for the year.
Or favorite prospect.
Absolutely. By my estimation, you are far more likely to achieve the prestige necessary to join the Sith than any of the others. As a matter of fact, I am so certain of that I'm willing to offer you an opportunity of the once-in-a-lifetime variety. Would you like to hear it?
Absolutely.
Good. I do so adore someone who's willing to take a chance. As I said, you're no doubt going to be the one whom Uthar chooses to become a Sith. With my help, of course. Once that occurs, he will take you into the Valley of the Dark Lords to the tomb of Naga Sado to administer the final test. There you and I will be alone with him. The perfect time to, shall we say, arrange for a change in the Academy's leadership.
So important about this tomb?
The tomb is an ancient ruin on the surface that was visited years ago by Darth Revan and Darth Malak. They discovered a star map there of great importance.
Darth Malak went there? Very interesting, isn't it, Master?
Reaching that map, as they did, is part of the final test. At any rate, it is not the tomb that is important. That Uthar will be alone is what is important.
So, yeah. It's Sith here, like I said, they're like idolizing Revan and Malak rather than the ancient Sith, actual ancient Sith order that had its origin here, and that will of course retake Korriban. That's what that big cinematic is from. That one of those really good cinematics of that are from Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO, of the Sith retaking Korriban. That's the one with Satil Shan and what's his name, the bounty hunter guy, and the soldier. Basically, the old guard from all of the Old Republic expanded material, all of the novels and the comics and such. when they're escaping that space station, where Satil and her master are fighting Malgus and his master, and they escape, and they, not the Ebon Hawk, but of the very similar X something class light freighter. Really neat that the Sith basically just sweep in and retake Korriban after these Sith had been defeated for 300 years or so. Neat. I want to watch all those again. The Old Republic was actually a very good game, and honestly, the cinematics. Just if you string the cinematics together from that game, it makes a better movie than anything that's come out since. You want me to kill Master Uthar?
Is that such a daunting prospect? It is not as if I am asking you to perform the task alone, or as if you will get nothing out of it. Master Uthar cannot prevail against us both. That's all there is to it. It is a very simple matter.
Pupil against master. Sounds familiar.
And so it should. It is central to our beliefs. It is my responsibility to replace my master when I am strong enough.
Oh my god, this is so dumb. This is such a... just immediately, right out of the gate. Hey, let's all kill each other. That's sure to make us stronger. Oh god, I'm glad that Revan at least can keep a straight face through all of this. I can't. This is hilarious. Very well, I agree.
I'm so glad you see it my way. I will begin to make preparations for your final test. Your only worry now is to get there. Don't disappoint me.
How do I get more prestige?
You must impress Master Uthar. Go to him with news of your deeds, or artifacts you have discovered. The first and easiest way would be for you to learn the code of the Sith and speak it to him. I can teach you that, if you like. Shall I go on?
Yes, please.
I can help you understand it. Would you like to hear it? Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force shall free me. Simple words, yet easily misunderstood. Would you care for me to explain anything?
Yeah, let's just go through it. Peace is a lie. There is only passion.
The Jedi would have you believe that peace is a desirable goal. That peace of the spirit is the way the Force is mastered. That a lack of conflict betters man. We know different. It is our passion, our hate, and our desire that fuels the Force. It is conflict that improves the lot of civilization and single being both. Conflict forces one to better oneself. It forces change, growth, adaptation, evolution, or death. These are not our laws, but the universe's. Without conflict, you have only stagnation.
Okay. Fair point. There is something to this, but it's a bit inverted. It is relying on the destructive aspects of creative destruction rather than the creative aspects. Creative aspects would say that peace peace is the goal of change. The reason you change and the reason you strive is to achieve an end goal. This actually illustrates, I think, a primary problem, with the Sith, and that a problem that they share with something like progressivism. Interesting parallel. That the goal of the Sith is a constant striving, never being at peace, which we see in, like I said, modern progressivism, where we see this kind of the goal being to constantly progress, not towards anything in particular, because that would be progressing towards a stable, and they would see it as a static end goal, which they can't have. Rather, it is a constant progression towards they know not and they care not what. This is the way of the Sith, this is the way of the progressive. And this is ultimately self-defeating, because it either winds up being progression towards nothing in particular, and so a constant bouncing between inane goals, which is a kind of madness, or it winds up being circular, progressing towards itself, or progressing in one direction and looping back around and never achieving an ultimate goal because you have no ultimate goal, or progressing for the sake of progress itself, which is power for power's sake, which is, again, self-defeating because it eats itself. It's treating an extrinsic good as intrinsic. I've talked about this endlessly. All right, let's see what's next. Through passion, I gain strength.
What fuels your power with the Force but your passion? The stronger, darker emotions. Anger, hatred, fear. These passions empower us.
What about love?
Love is more dangerous than all those things. Love leads to anger and hatred more often than not. But it also leads to mercy, which is far worse. That, however, is a lesson for another time.
Interesting. This is one of those points where the Jedi, in some of their depictions at least, at some times, in some places, fail. Because love, if it is a passion, is, as the Jedi teach, destructive. It can lead to anger and to hatred, like she is saying here. But it can also be a kind of general beneficence. It can be a tie to the good. It can be a tie to one's particular place within reality, within society, which is an essential important thing. It's a way of putting oneself into a proper place rather than just being free-floating and evanescent, which is good. Those seem like awfully negative passions.
Negative? Compared to what? What keeps even the most rudimentary creature alive? Fear to run, anger to fight. Without it, a creature would most surely die.
So the irascible part of the soul, as Aquinas would put it, the irascible part of the soul, rather than the concupiscible part. Concupiscible part is the part that draws towards something, whereas the irascible part is the part that pushes back against threats, things that were not desirable. The Sith focus very strongly on the irascible part, which is strange, because they're not particularly concerned with concupiscence, on pursuing things. It's not like their passions include things like greed, the acquisition of wealth, lust, the acquisition of pleasure, the objectification of others, all that. That's not typically considered, not concerned with the Sith, at least not innately and philosophically. They might be greedy and lustful, but that's just because they're corrupt, they're morally corrupt, they're lacking in virtue. Their fundamental philosophy is about the irascible part. Are you saying we aren't anything more than a rudimentary creature?
We are far more than them, perhaps. But in some ways, we are little different. To think us creatures beyond the need of simple passions is a delusion.
Okay, fair enough. I see.
It is our goal to be stronger, to achieve our potential,
Can't really disagree
and
with
not
that.
rest upon our laurels. We are the seekers, not the shepherds.
I can see that. Through strength, I gain power.
The stronger you become in the Force, the more power you will achieve. But always must you fight for your power. Without strife, your victory has no meaning. Without strife, you do not advance. Without strife, there is only stagnation.
Okay, through power, I gain victory.
How many sorts of victories can you imagine? Peaceful victory, victory by sacrifice, a truce, an achievement. Unless the victory is achieved by demonstrating that your power is superior, it is only an illusion, temporary at best. We seek more.
Problem there is, of course, victory through sheer power is even more temporary than victory through agreement, through peaceful resolution, through negotiation, etc. And that's because one's power is necessarily fleeting and changing by the Sith's own admission. The entire point of the Sith is to be in flux, is to be growing, to be developing, to be changing, and that means that not only you but your opponents are also going to be constantly growing and changing, and that means that the balance of power is going to be constantly changing. And so, victory achieved through power, pure power, force of arms even, something like that, is necessarily fragile and necessarily short-lived. This is where we start to get direct contradictions in their philosophical outlook. And it's also worth noting, this is also how, why tyrannical people, the Sith basically, why they're never at peace, why they can't be solid and stable in possession of what they desire, because it's nothing in particular. They don't desire anything in particular. They're seeking victory. They're seeking their chains to be broken, freedom, right? Freedom to what? Nothing in particular. Another thing that Plato noticed is that freedom is not an innate good. It is good for the sake of pursuing other things, just like power, just like money, just like that kind of stuff. Extrinsic goods. All right. What about through victory my chains are broken?
This has been argued over, and often. The chains represent our restrictions, both those placed upon us and those we place upon ourselves. Ultimately, the goal of any Sith is to free herself from such restrictions. In a way, it is so we may do whatever we wish, but it is much more than that. One who has freed themselves from all restrictions has reached perfection, their potential fulfilled. Perfect strength, perfect power, perfect destiny. Imagine it. That is our ideal, at any rate. It is said in Sith legend that the Sithari, the perfect being, will one day lead us. But perhaps that is just a legend.
Darth Bane. Darth Bane is the prophesied Sithari. But you'll also notice he destroyed the Sith, reduced it down to himself, and then picked up Darth Zana as an apprentice, and that was it. You'll also notice that perfection, the way they understand it, is a constant flux, constant change, which is, again, innately contradictory. Perfection is, by its very nature, static. Static, not in the sense of being stagnant. Same word in classical philosophy, Greek and Latin, but Static, more to use the technical term, would be ase. Perfect in that it cannot be changed by anything else, whether from within or from without. Perfect means that it has achieved all that it can, and all that it will, and all that it should achieve. And so there's nothing further to achieve. It has reached that pinnacle of perfection. To alter itself, to change at all in any way, is to move away from perfection. And this is why we have the aseity, unchangeability, being part of the divine essence, the divine perfection, that than which no greater can be thought, or no greater can be conceived. And this is why, again, this is another direct contradiction in Sith philosophy. And it's also a direct contradiction in sort of, let's say, 20th century German philosophy, which is also interwar German philosophy, Hegelianism, and all of its following schools of thought, which hold to something similar to this, that stability is in flux, and flux is stability, and it is very Parmenidean in terms of ancient pre-Socratic thought. You don't think the Sithari can exist?
I wonder what that being would be like. The legends say the Sithari will destroy us and make us stronger than ever.
Yeah,
but
so Darth
perhaps
Bane.
that is just a legend. Perfection is a goal, I think, rather than a state of being. The Jedi would argue that, no doubt.
Okay. The Force shall set me free?
The Force is our servant and our master, our teacher and our companion, a weapon and a tool. Know it, and you know the universe. Master it, and you master the universe. Strive for perfection, and the Force shall reward you.
All right. That's it, right? I think I get it.
I am not surprised. The Force is strong with you. Master it, and it shall serve you well.
Okay. What do you know? Do you know anything about Darth Revan?
Revan? You mean Darth Malak's former master?
That's the one.
Very little. I never met him personally, though I heard he was a very powerful man. Very charismatic. In the end, Revan was outshone by his pupil. Such is the way of the Sith. Why? Is this dead man of importance to you?
You wouldn't recognize Revan if the two of you met?
Is there any reason I should? Beside the fact I did not know Revan in life. Revan was known for wearing a full helmet and cape. Perhaps Revan's body had been disfigured by the power of the Force. It is not unheard of. Regardless, I doubt I shall be meeting Revan anytime soon.
Yeah, you look a little bit off. You think it's possible Revan might be alive?
Anything is possible. Uthar's former master still lives, though he is in no condition to challenge his former pupil for leadership. Perhaps the same is true for Revan. Perhaps Revan is out there, somewhere, waiting to take revenge upon Malak. More likely, what we were told is the truth. Revan is dead. Malak would be foolish to leave his old master alive, considering all the knowledge Revan held.
Hey, that's all I have to ask.
Fair enough.
I'll be going.
You have had an excellent start. Go, gain more prestige.
Okie dokie. Oh, I can't steal your stuff? That's boring. Alright, let's go. Where are we going? More students.
I remember you from the colony. You seem all right, though you'll not win the right to train before me.
You're trying to become a Sith as well?
Just figured that out, did you? It just so happens that I have a surefire way of pulling ahead in this little contest of ours. You don't really have a chance.
What way is that?
I found an artifact that will impress Uthar far more than anything you could ever scrounge up. I'll win for sure.
Why haven't you brought it to Uthar yet?
I don't have it just yet. I'll get it when I'm good and ready.
It's guarded, isn't it?
So what if it is? I'll get it eventually, regardless. Nothing good comes without a bit of a fight. That's the Sith motto, more or less.
Lass, maybe I can help you get it.
Help me get it? I don't know. I suppose I could use some help. The artifact I know of certainly won't be easy to take. But why should I work with you?
Because together, we will be unbeatable.
You make a decent case. I suppose it's possible that Master Uthar could award both of us prestige. We'd be ahead of the others, for sure. I want something out of this first, however. I want you to tell me about some lead you have for where I could find more prestige.
There's a powerful Sith cloak in the furthest tomb in the valley.
Oh, I hadn't heard about that. Fair enough, I will have to look into it. You've given me a lead, so I'll let you in on my plan. The artifact that I've discovered is an ancient Jedi holocron.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, the holocron lies in the gullet of a Tukata mother. I can arrange for us to meet her, but you're going to have to help me in putting her down. That makes sense to you? Go into the valley when you're prepared enough. I'll be amongst the central pillars near the north end.
Why do you think this holocron is so important?
Because it probably contains secrets from the time when the Sith ruins on this planet first existed. You don't think that Master Uthar would find that impressive?
Probably. I mean, it's a Jedi holocron, so I don't know if he could unlock it. Fair enough. See you there.
Remember, the central pillars in the valley. I'll be waiting, so don't take too long.
Okay. Good to me. We'll go and get this thing, and then I'll probably kill you.
I remember you. You're all right. Trying for the academy, I see.
Mm-hmm. So are you, obviously.
That's true. I had no idea you were coming for the academy when I met you in the colony, though.
Who are you?
The name's Shardan. Didn't I tell you that back in the colony? Maybe not.
I don't think so. You want to coordinate strategy?
I don't work or play well with others. Thanks for the offer, though.
Fine. That at least saved your life, honestly. Anyway. Let's see what else. We only have like 5 minutes left. I think we can probably pick up one or two more little things here. Meekle.
It's a bad year to try and become a Sith, you know. I've got it all wrapped up.
You do, huh? What makes you so sure?
You think I would tell you? Have my brain started dribbling out of my nose or something?
Not yet. You can at least give me a hint.
I guess there's no harm in it. Word has it
So
that Master
ridiculous.
Uthar gives big points for Sith artifacts that are brought back from the valley.
Ridiculous. Thanks for the tip.
Well, you're free to go wander out there if you like. Me, I'll be seeing you later.
Oh, look who it is.
You take a wrong turn somewhere?
Dustle, is that you?
Hey.
Oh, lovely. It's Father. Figures you'd show up after all this time. How did you manage to get inside the academy?
Through the front doors.
Cute. I wonder how interested Master Uthar would be to know just who he has in his web. Unless you've switched sides, Father, but I doubt that. Just why are you here, Father? Not for me, I hope. Couldn't you have gotten yourself blown up on some ship and spared us this reunion?
Dustle, what are you talking about? I thought you were dead.
Too bad you didn't still think that. Or did you really think I'd be happy to see you? Look, everyone, it's Father, come to rescue me at long last. Sure, he may have left Mother and I to die on Telos, but that doesn't matter.
No, I didn't abandon you. The task force just arrived too late. Telos was in ruins, and your mother... I held her, but I looked for you. I swear I looked everywhere.
Ah, save it. You abandoned us long before. We were alone all during the wars, and even once you came back, you still didn't stay.
I didn't have a choice. I was needed.
Yeah? Well, you were needed at home, too. You were needed when the bombing started, and I got captured. You know what? It doesn't matter. Not anymore. I have a new family now, a family that cares about me. I don't need you.
The Sith? You can't mean that. No, the Sith killed your mother. The Sith destroyed Telos.
So? You're the soldier, Father. How many mothers have you killed?
No, you've been brainwashed. The son I knew would never...
You never knew me. You weren't even there to know me, so don't presume to tell me what I would or wouldn't do.
I don't know what's been done to you, but you are coming with me out of here, now.
Touch me, old man, and I'll kill you. Get out! Get out of here before I tell the Sith that you're here.
Calm down, Dustle. Garth is only trying to protect you.
I don't need his protection, not anymore. The Sith give me everything I need.
You can't mean that. The Sith they're evil. They're the dark side. They took me away from you and your mother. They're what took you from me.
No, they are not evil. They're not. The dark side is superior. And you were at war long before they came along.
The Sith war to conquer, to rule the helpless. I went to war for you, Dustil, for your freedom, your future.
I don't believe you.
If I failed you, son, then it's my failure. Please don't add to it by becoming part of something evil.
Prove it. Prove that the Sith are so evil, and I'll think about it.
How can we prove something like that?
I'll stay right here. I won't tell anyone you're here, for now. You find some proof, and you bring it to me. If I hear you asking questions about me, or doing a single thing to jeopardize my position in the Sith, I swear I'll tell everyone what you're up to. You got that, Father? You prove what you're saying is true. I'm not going anywhere otherwise.
I got it, Dustil. I'll be back. I swear it.
Okay. So I don't know how we're gonna do that. Prove that the Sith are evil. Like, in theory, that should be pretty easy. They all have mustaches and all of them twirl. But, like, practically speaking, I'm not really sure. Anyway, before we talk to these next few people, I think we're gonna have to call it a night. So, let's save, I don't know, here. Here? Here. Yeah, here. Yeah. That'll work. Alright, so, anyway, like I said, that is all the time we've got for tonight. Thank you once again for joining me. Check the description afterwards for all the things we were talking about. If you'd like to, if you had a good time, if I've provided you with any value, again, like I usually say, I'd always appreciate if you throw some of that back in a monetary fashion right down there, ko-fi.com/ProfessorMcCoy. I always appreciate that sort of thing. Otherwise, I hope to see you again next time. On Thursday, we're going to be continuing to play Dragon Age Inquisition. We're going to be doing some more side quests this week, and then I think next week we're going to be doing the next DLC quest. That is the Jaws of Hakon, about the Avar barbarians and such. Should be a lot of fun, good times. And then Monday we will be right back here with more Knights of the Old Republic, more dealing with all of these Sith shenanigans on Korriban, and eventually off to the Starforge and hopefully to rescue dear Bastila. Anyway, thank you all once again for joining me, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And see you next time. Good night.